Hello and welcome to session the X8 of not session X8, session 8 of Mysteries of the Sand, a Monster of the Week campaign set in ancient Egypt. Let us meet our brave and potentially dead adventurers. Just go in any
I
order.
am not played for me a spooky playbook.
Yes.
Well, I'm Nadine and I play Maya the Expert.
Woohoo.
I'm Osk, and I play Ramesu the Monstrous.
Okay. And currently busy is Janine, who is searching for her phone and keyboard simultaneously because she's lost both. Somehow is Gamila the Mundane. Session B111. I hope this campaign doesn't go that long, but it might. We don't know. All right. So, when we last left our heroes, there was this mysterious string of totally and completely natural deaths happening around the town. And those are potentially nothing paranormal. The only thing paranormal about them is the fact that these people were between the ages of 15 and 30, and they all died in their sleep peacefully and had no actual reason to die because there was no evidence of poisoning or sickness or injury or disease or anything like that. So that's the strange part. The deaths are completely natural in every way, searchable and investigable for now. But yeah, we've had Maya's crazy, absolutely dorky as fuck. The husband Callias arrive with a bunch of piercings that he got because he's a weird person who does that. All right, cool. He stole the batteries for flashlights. Okay, sure, good job. Um, yeah, and aboard Callias's ship, one of the sailors called Adad died in the sleep. He wasn't a dad, and now he'll never get to be a dad. He was just a dad. Anyway, I needed to
He's
make
just
that.
a dead.
He's a dead dad. Okay, I needed to make that joke. I needed to get it out of my system. Okay, moving on. We've had we've had the team split up, gang, and the gang split up, and two of them, the boys, went to the embalming place and found seven bodies, and then they bonded over the meeting their respective deities, and one of them is very mischievous and torturous, and the other one seems quite cordial. So that's that. Totally that. Yeah, some feelings of envy were had, which we'll probably not talk about. Okay. Um, the on the other side, the Grills went back to the library and got Saliha, the wannabe terrible necromancer's book of the dead to find, do some necromancy. Along the way, Gamila asked Maya a question that nobody has the right answer to: is how to have a stable marriage, and apparently nobody knows. But Gamila wasn't happy with the answer, which Maya can't really answer because it is a mystery to us all forever. Anyway, back aboard Callias's ship, they called back uh, Adad's spirit from from wherever he is, which is apparently called Mot because he's a Phoenician and they follow the Khanite religion. And Mot is the realm of the dead and also the name of the deity of the dead because, convenient, naming convenient everywhere. Um, cool. Yeah, that's about what happened. There was a extremely awesome failure of a move that potentially could have destroyed Callis' ship, but Maya decided to use a luck to prevent any damage from happening to the ship of
If
her.
else's ship.
Yes, yes, and
I
also
would
used a
not
luck. So that was a 12. So yeah, that things worked out. I've written down that I need to remember what to do with the luck, but yes, yes. Uh, Flux, what did you post? I have no idea what you posted. I'm terrified. Okay, all
It's
right.
mochi. Do you not know what mochi is?
No. All right.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Yeah, and then they basically talked about Adad's experience before dying. Nothing was out of the ordinary except during a sleep and before he appeared in the land of Mott. Before he appeared in the realm of Mott, he said that he felt as if he was being like drawn into something, as if a ship in a vortex, a water whirlpool thingy, being sucked into it, kind of that feeling. And that's about it. That's after that, his spirit was sent back. His body fell dead once more. I mean, it was always dead, never woke up anywhere, but whatever. And now the grills are heading towards the embalmer's place to meet up with the boys. Yay! Cool. So, all right, then we're going to go. We're going to have the meetup scene. Wait. What the fuck? Why? This stupid meme. This me and the boys meme is so stupid. I love it. Just so absolutely stupid. Anyway, moving on. Yes. Go.
Who starts first?
I don't know. You guys are just meeting up back at the embalmer's place. I don't know who
Alright,
starts
fine.
first. I don't know. Oh boy.
Oh, hey, look, the girls are back.
The grills.
The grills.
The girls.
Why is this a non-existent gender on the internet?
What?
A non-existent gender on the internet?
You're talking about PCs. Who doesn't? Oh, fine, whatever. The grills, yes, the grills. You know, bear grills, that kind of grills.
The girl is actually a slur for a woman on the internet.
Yes,
Just letting you know.
yes.
You're a slur for me.
Rude.
So Ramesu is totally unsure, unconfident about anything right now. This is the most mundane thing we've encountered in weeks.
Yep. So let's just say like you all like as like the Ramesu and Farmi finishes discussing their respective deity visits, I guess. They kind of step out, and it is about this point when the Gamila and Maya are, basically coming into the embalmer's place, being directed by Beyond to head this way. So yeah, you're here. What do you do? Role playing, that kind of stuff.
Uh, Gamila will come to the place with Maya and she's just silent. She's really puzzled. You can see it to her face.
So I hope you found out more because we haven't really found out much.
Yeah, except for the whole afterlife thing. I
Yeah, I
guess,
mean, there
yeah.
seems to be something weird going on. Like we talked to the spirit of the dead person, and he said he felt like he was being drawn somewhere, like he'd fallen into a vortex, but he can't remember anything unusual apart from that. So
Do you
Wait,
ever
maybe?
do you ever fall asleep feeling sleepy, or all of these seem to be connected to dreams?
well, I mean, it happened while he was asleep, and he said there was nothing unusual. He didn't drink, didn't notice anything before or even as he died, just that he was being drawn somewhere.
Yeah, he said, I mean, according to him, I think it only happens after you fell asleep naturally.
Yeah.
What religion you said he was?
You, what was he?
Phoenician.
What?
Maya would remember Phoenician.
Yeah, Phoenician.
Hmm,
Right.
would
Phoenicians
that
are the Khanite religion. It's like,
uh, are they Phoenicians? I'm just grasping for straws here.
The other ones who died, I don't think so.
at this point, like there is a new voice who kind of approaches you and says, "No, none of them are, not none of them are Phoenicians, if I recall my notes. But this is actually not Alpheus's voice. You see, this is a new person, also a Philokatai, because they have the same badge as Alpheus, the similar weapons like an iron sword, a bow on the back, basically the similar gear almost. Yeah, and they're like Alpheus is next to him as he approaches, says, there are seven bodies here. Let me quickly check out who is what. Okay, seven bodies here. They're all a mixture of Greek, Jewish, Zoroastrian, and Egyptian, and also one Hittite. So,
No, yeah, no specific indentation. Like they're male and female, and there's no common denominator. It's so bizarre.
Yeah, and I mean, the weird thing is, like, the one we just investigated, he wasn't even here before, he just came in with a ship.
oh yes, Alpheus was telling me about that Phoenician sailor. Ah, how old did you say? How old would you say he was?
Uh, I think they said he was somewhere around 18.
Okay,
He was
that
pretty
does
pretty young.
that does fit the whatever whatever commonness we can find. So far, all of the victims have been between 15 to 30 years. Mm.
Yeah,
It's
but
still
I'm so sorry. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Euclid. I'm a Philokatai in the east side of Alexandria. I've had like at first like the east side is the, as you know, the poor side. So a lot of these people are here. So I had to coordinate trying to round up if all of the potential suspect in these kind of weird deaths, uh, to like coordinate with Alpheus here to round them all up as best we can. There are also four others, but their families refuse to keep them in the common embalming place.
wait, there's four more?
There are four more. He quickly gets out a note scroll, writes down. We have a Greek scholar of biology from Athens. They've been sent back, unfortunately. We have an Arab merchant. They've also, I think the ship's still here, although I think they will be sailing away soon. We have a Greek shipwright. Their body has already been sent to be buried in the crypt outside of town. And we have a cosmetic worker. They live in Memphis but worked here. Her body has been sent back on caravan back towards Memphis just this morning. So unfortunately, we couldn't keep the bodies. So far,
I,
including the Phoenician sailor that Alpheus was just telling me, there's a total of 12 victims so far.
there's is there any chance that these people have talked to each other? They're so
It doesn't.
wow. I mean,
It doesn't seem like it. Well, Alfio says, well, we definitely know the Phoenician sailor, couldn't he? Because your husband's ship came in the docks this morning.
Maybe they knew each other from longer ago?
Yeah, like years ago.
Yeah, I mean, how old was the youngest person who died?
The youngest person, 15.
What? Maybe where are they originally born? Maybe it has to do with the place they were raised or
Yeah,
something.
maybe
Hmm.
they
Okay,
knew
let's
each
see.
other somehow.
Let's see. Well, I don't actually. Most of these people that you see here, most of them are locals. As I said, we've had a cosmetic worker from Memphis. We have a Greek shipwright who's also born here. We have an Arab merchant, so they are definitely from Persia. We have a scholar from Athens who's been sent back, so don't think that that's not a common either. We're all just so confused because seems like there should
Same.
be some connection, but there just isn't, other than the age gap and then the situation of the victims during their deaths. There doesn't seem to be any other anything tying them together. It's just he wraps the scroll back and just shakes his head. It's like this is not something I don't think that has ever happened, and I can remember.
What if there's no connection at all?
You think it's just random?
It's they've all died in their sleep, haven't they?
Like, yes, but why them?
Yeah,
Like
cause
like I said, there's no connection. It may have just been random.
But if
how
it's random, how are we going to solve this?
maybe
Maybe we
it's
just have to
something.
find another
mm,
clue.
Maybe it's something really mundane, like maybe a bird or
Maybe
fucking
they all
music.
have the same fucking birthday or something.
Or maybe it's just they heard something similar and it's very mundane that they didn't told us. I'm so confused. Why?
What? Wait, hold on. Have we investigated their birthday?
Their
No,
birthday.
do
Well,
it.
the poor ones don't actually have like
Well, tell
um
us those you know.
okay.
Tell
So
us the
yeah,
important one.
yeah, so Euclid starts like listing out as much, like he hasn't written down all of them, but the birthday thing is like not an angle. He like he imagines, so he's kind of like explains that, well, I didn't think the birthday would be a like angle, so I didn't actually write it down. I can go look at the records office and try to get the information
Please,
for you.
yes.
I'm
Like
sorry,
we're
but
grasping
please,
at
yes.
straws here. Help
Um,
us out.
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Yes. I think. Have you like? Do you need to check the bodies here, or are you done with that?
Are
Well,
you?
we've well we both Remesu and I have investigated the bodies ourselves, and there seems to be no concrete evidence.
All right. Well, I mean, if you want to go to their like respective sites of where they were found, where the bodies were found. Um.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
Uh.
while you
True.
compile all their
Okay.
birthdays, we're gonna go
Okay,
check out
okay,
everything
okay.
else.
Yes, Alpheus, why don't you try to go find the bird? Oh no, wait, yeah, yeah, Alpheus, why don't you try to go find the bird date? Because I'm in part of the poor district, so I wouldn't have much luck there. But you can have better luck. Alpheus is like, yes, yes, I'll go check the offices. Why don't you take them around the sites? So yeah, so the two Philakita are splitting up. Alpheus is heading to go check the birth dates of the people that he can find, and Euclid is offering to take you to the various sites of where the bodies were found. Well, yeah, you can roll your eyes. Yes, poor. You can roll your eyes at that. They were poor people. Like, yes.
Yeah, we'll follow along.
Okay, okay. So
Who
so
else?
are you also splitting up, or are you like now sticking to Euclid as he's taking you to the sites?
I just
Yeah.
actually want to just like whisper to them. What if one of us, if one of us sleeps tonight, we'll get it too.
Well, then the person is dead tomorrow, and it won't help us.
Yeah, you just scared me, and now I wouldn't be able to fall asleep later.
All right, so at this point, I actually want to split off, go into the black markets. There's a black market here, right?
What's a what now? Sorry,
Black market,
black.
because a black market.
Oh, a black market. Do you know about it? Like, is this
Well,
something you
do
know
I?
about? I
I'm
don't know. You
just
tell me.
asking you.
This is your character. You tell me. There's always a black market. Like, what do you know about this? Like what is this place? What happens here? Tell me. How
For
you
me,
know
you will
about
probably
this?
know. Probably will probably know of a mention of it, but you won't know where it is. Because yeah,
So how would
because
like why would like Farmy know of this? I mean I
word
admit
of mouth,
that of all four
word
of
of
you,
mouth.
Farmy seems the most likely to know of it. I'm just curious why Farmy knows about or
Excuse
how
me,
Farmy
how
knows
do
about
you think Maya gets all her scrolls?
Okay,
Oh
that's
my
fair.
god.
Okay, that's fair. Maya might also know
Oh.
about it. Okay, that's fair.
Um,
Maya might also know about it. Yes.
Because
you also
okay,
have the
because
money to buy them, Maya. So yeah.
okay, it's mostly because I just want to buy what's call it. It's like some sweetened tobacco just to keep us awake at
Just to what?
night. Sweetened
I,
tobacco.
you can find tobacco. It's
Mom is
not like banned
buying
or anything.
drugs.
Really, it's not illegal.
Not yet.
I no. That's the modern sensibility. Back then, nobody knew about medicine that much. Like, you want to get high, go high. Nobody's gonna stop
Yeah,
you.
All
you
right,
get
okay,
it
cool.
high.
All right,
That's
then I stop at
normal.
a
That's
vendor selling.
unregulated and normal. Go nuts.
All right, I'm
What do
gonna
you
stop
think?
at a vendor along the way. I'm just gonna buy
What do
sweetened
you
tobacco.
think they gave to the slaves to keep them sated?
Jeez.
It's, you know. Yeah, sure. You can leave the group and do your own thing. That's not a problem at all. So, like,
I mean, I'm just splitting off for a time. I'll probably like meet up again
okay, okay.
and meet up.
So, like, what is the group doing? Because the two Philakitae know what they're doing. Alpheus is heading to get the birth dates from the office, records office, wherever it is. I have no idea where it is. It's somewhere probably. It's probably like very like basic bookkeeping offices, but yeah. And like Euclid is offering to take the uh, okay. Thank you, Janine, for your Janinisms. Janinisms. All right, okay. So and Euclid is offering to take you to um
But
take you to I sorry I needed to make the pun anyway take you to the various sites of where the bodies were found. So is anybody accompanying him?
I think all of us,
Okay, cool.
aside
That
from Farmy who's getting drugs.
oh okay, yeah. Farmy probably leaves the group alone and heads off on his own to get some drugs. Cool, thank you. Yeah, okay. So yeah, he takes you to the west side, sorry, the east side of town. As you go along that way, you slowly like move into like slightly like close to the suburban areas of town. There's like more like like less big buildings and more like huts and shacks and that kind of stuff. Much closer to the like the sea and the along the road like small creeks and stuff that's connecting the lake and the Nile to the because it's the delta and stuff. So like to the sea to the north. So yeah, you're moving into the shack, the old poor district is as what would be called. And yeah, and what point he stops near a cart, a horse cart that doesn't have a horse anymore, and points that well, this is the horse cart of Avery, the one of the victims at the one of the deads at the embalming place that you saw, the Jewish delivery man. He was found dead 2 days ago, sleeping in his own horse cart. The horse has been sent back to his family. They haven't. Uh, they've. I've managed to ask them to keep the cart here in case, in case we needed to investigate further and find something. Though I haven't. I've gone through it a few times, but nothing is here.
Is him sleeping in his horse cart normal?
It was in the middle of the afternoon when he was found, so probably he was taking he's sleeping the afternoon nap.
Okay, so it's not out of the ordinary.
Doesn't No, it doesn't seem like out of the ordinary.
Well, let's investigate.
Mm.
What do you do?
Just try to look at the card, see if anything sticks out, seems unusual.
It's a very normal looking cart. There were cargo stuff on it, but Euclid explains that the cargo stuff has been delivered to their respective recipients by other delivery workers. So yeah, now the cart is just laying there empty. You
And
find, you know, like
there's no connection between the deliveries and the dead people.
well, it was like pretty much all around town. I don't think there was any connection. I didn't really uh honestly, I was busy with a lot of other things, because in this part of town there's always some sort of quarrel going on somewhere, so it's really hard for just me to run around and you know to handle those
Yeah.
things. And honestly, we didn't realize that these deaths were actually problematic until just yesterday, when me and Alpheus was talking in the morning, when we realized something could be going on, as we started seeing connections that just we didn't notice before.
Which connections?
The age, most often, like we both thought it was strange that there was these recent deaths of people dying in their sleeps. And when we both talked to each other about these people dying in their sleeps, he also mentioned there was people that in his part of town that died in their sleep. So we tried to coordinate like names and see if there was something going on, and we found. And then he says he knows some people, I'm guess that was you all, that who might be able to help. So I let him contact you. Told him to,
Mm.
we need all the help we can get. If this is some sort of something going on that is beyond, I mean, he told me how you handled the whole fire incident at the Ipura trireme. So um if this is something out of the ordinary, then out of this mortal understanding, then it seems like you people are the one to best deal with this situation. He is he is also about as clueless as Alpheus is, just completely at a loss at what the heck is going on.
Same.
Yeah. We didn't check the value for any markings, did we?
I don't
No.
Oh,
know. I mean, the boys checked the bodies out.
Like a common markings, anything.
We checked that we
well,
didn't get anything, right?
yeah. Well, the bodies had all been embalmed, but there wasn't any like recent wounds or injuries on the bodies. And Adar didn't have any injuries other than um, rope burn and that kind of stuff that normally happens to like sailors,
Mm.
like those uh hardening of skin. I don't know what you call those. Calluses. Yeah,
Calluses.
calluses. Yeah, that's
Calluses.
the word. Like calluses, and etc. Those kind of thing. But other than that, like nothing. No injuries that could cause, or like no injuries recently that seemed out of the ordinary, at least.
Did they have other marks, like, I don't know, birthmarks or tattoos or something that they might have had in common?
Like, are you asking this like out of character or in character? I have no idea.
Both. I don't fucking know.
He's
I'm,
like
I'm I'm literally grasping at straws here. I have
awesome,
no clue.
awesome. I love it. I love that. It just like Euclid shrugs. Uh, I guess we move on to the next location. I guess.
Hmm. Do you
So
th- do,
yes,
do you think if I sit on the cart, I won't be able to wake up tomorrow?
I hope not because I've sat on it a few times. That would
I
be
mean,
bad for
you
me.
can try. Sit on there and fall asleep, and we'll see what happens.
I don't think I could fall asleep just like that.
I'm pretty sure I could put you to sleep. I mean, with a
Uh,
spell, I can.
that concerns me. Okay, but no, thank you.
It's almost like people doesn't want to sleep when there's like they could never wake up or something.
Yeah,
Yes,
we all
I
know that
mean,
happens.
Yeah.
yeah, you. Now that I think about it, I'm the most vulnerable here. You guys have your own thing, and I'm the normal person.
I mean, in our sleep, we are all vulnerable.
Yes,
Well, you
that's what
have
we.
your capabilities to
But
stop
I'm
them.
definitely gonna sleep in my haven tonight.
All right, so I guess he takes you to the next site. Hold on, I need to mark which sites you're actually visiting because that's kind of important to me. All right, next site. Next site is actually like a road, like
I have a
the
map.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can see the map. So it is like far to the east of town. It's like beyond here, where the town is like shacks and stuff like that. So there's like creeks going from the south, which is the Lake Mariotis, up to the sea in the north. It's like small creeks are going on. So here, like you come to a new site, which is where like you found the delivery cart around here-ish. Now
Yeah,
you're
I,
at
I, I
where?
want to mark on my map the locations of
Okay,
where the
cool, cool,
bodies
cool,
were
cool, cool,
found.
cool, cool.
See
Absolutely.
if maybe that
Okay,
gives us a clue.
okay, absolutely. The let's say the embalming house is around here-ish, I guess. The embalming house seemed here-ish. And the docks are here. So this is probably where Adad was when he's died, because that's where the ship was. Cool. Yay! All right, very cool. Okay, so you're at that site, the rightmost one, eastmost, which is where
Okay,
like
good question. What was the symbol for religion?
the what now? Villager?
I mean, the iconography for religion during these times.
Like
Depends on the god,
like
I'm guessing.
there was a Alexandria was like a multi-religious town. There was mostly
Yeah,
Greeks
so
and
I was just wondering
Egyptians,
if
but
there was
there was
like
others.
there was I was just wondering if there's like a house of like a general house of worship with like a
Oh
general
yeah, there was
religious
like
symbol.
there was definitely like this thing you see on the map. That's like a temple of Serapis. That's the temple of Serapis, which is the syncretized god of both um Greek and Egyptian. So yeah,
If I made an uncle, will anyone be mad?
literally nobody cares if you
Okay,
made an
fine.
aunt. Like religious syncretism is such like a commonplace here. It's like literally nobody cares. It's common, man. It is common. Like the Greek and Egyptian religion has been living together in Alexandria for 200 years. You're fine. Nobody cares. Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. And remember, the embalming house actually embalms like anybody that's brought in, mostly Greek and Egyptian, but they would also embalm like any other religion also brought in if they want to be embalmed. Like it's not a religious specific thing because there's a multi-religion aspect to Alexandria. The poor district is mostly about like outsider kind of stuff. So like you have Hittites, Jewish, Zoroastrians, Phoenicians, the Arabics. that kind of stuff. But yeah, Assyrians, yeah, that kind of stuff. Cool. Moving on. So this location, the rightmost location, that's where yeah, you see like the road construction going on. So like they're extending the rock, like paved stone road of the main city out into the eastern districts, so it's easier for horse carriages and other like carts to actually travel. So they're extending the roads, and he comes like this part of the road has just been recently laid. You can see work still going on in the distance, like not too far, like say a few, like say 50, 60 meters later, you have the workers still working. And he points to a section of the road. This is where the body of Bitter, a civil road worker, was found. This was 4 days ago. The paving is decent. It's okay for the so far they're laying the like the foundation stones. They will later put in like stone chips in the gaps later. Like con- concrete technology exists. Like they will do it later. They're just putting in the big chunks of rock right now. Dude, dude, remember Roman concrete? You know, that amazing level of concrete that modern world has consistently failed to reproduce? That's not too far from here. That would be like, I don't know, 400 years later. So this is like the concrete technology is very old. So you can scoff at the decency, but it's actually not that bad.
Probably better than
It's
our
nothing.
roads today.
It's nothing compared to like modern asphalt, obviously. But yeah, it's not. Yeah.
That's that's not fire.
All right. Yeah. So yeah. So the, her family. He adds the Nucleus adds that Bita's family thinks she was overworked. So they mostly suspect that like exhaustion was the cause of death. Found like she was found like when during lunchtime she was found fallen asleep, and she never woke up. So it's
So they never actually went home to bed before they died.
no, not neither Avri nor Beta. They were both found
What
at
about
their
the
jobs.
but what about the others?
Most of them I think were most of them were in their homes. Yes, it's
Okay.
just a few of them were found uh like at their workplaces.
I think we need to interview the one at the workplace, Maya.
Sorry, the one, which one?
The the one that didn't fell asleep naturally. Speaking of you, I don't see. She just fell asleep at work during break time. That's just you
Yeah,
know.
I mean the cart driver, the delivery man also just fell asleep at work.
Yeah. Should we try to talk to them? Those dead people.
Well, we can try,
Hmm.
but maybe let's check all the sites out first, and then we
Okay.
can do some more necromancy.
Okay.
Oh boy. Did Euclid hears and like do try your best not to summon something awful.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
What is Ramesu doing at all this? Like he's just been be very quiet and like laying back. What's he doing?
He's letting those who have better ideas control the
Hmm.
narrative as
Hmm.
far as
Oh, we don't
investigating.
have better ideas.
And that's the
We
thing.
don't
Like,
have any idea.
Ramesu doesn't have better ideas than you. So
Brilliant.
He's already tried like the supernatural route, and he's not getting anything
Mhm,
unless Ani, if you're saying
mhm.
that there's a supernatural vibe anywhere we go, then Ramessa will try to pick up on that. But
Oh, well, what, why don't you, like, if you want to, like, use, like, are you using any of your moves? Like, if you have a move for that, that might definitely help me, like, help you out. Blah, blah.
uh, the only one I have is that when I'm using my superior senses,
Ah,
um, I get a +1.
okay, okay, okay. That,
If I smell anything like out of the
hmm.
ordinary.
Okay,
But the other one is like empathy, and
yeah,
I can't use empathy because everyone's dead.
that is true. Hold on a second. Let me actually read empath to see if that's actually. Hmm. Here's a question. Are you able to use
Yeah.
empath
Yeah.
uh if you're like without without like targeting a particular thing? Like,
I
can you
don't think
just
so.
try to? Okay.
I need to target something.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay. So without a target that doesn't work. Okay, good. That's like I was trying to figure out because the move itself doesn't like clarify that. But so okay, it's fine. Okay. 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 Hmm. Um hmm. Um I'm what do I want to say? Okay. Like I'm not I'm not entirely sure that it satisfies yet, but yes, like yet. So maybe if you go around more, maybe something will happen, I guess.
Well, let's keep going.
Cool. All right. All right. Very nice. Moving on, we go to actually somebody's yay actually somebody's house. It's one of the shacks, and he comes by and he says and Euclid knocks on the door,
Where
and
is it on the map?
oh, it's here, I guess. I don't know. Somewhere along the like. Oh, okay, it's along the side road, so around like here-ish, a bit to the off the main road. Main road is where the. Oh, you could actually see some sort of working going on. How neat! Thank you. Totally, totally coincidental, I'm sure. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah. To a house, and yeah, very like old lady, like a very old woman steps out, like leaning on this branch, like a tree branch, like steps out. Oh, it's you again. Do you have more bad news about one of my other sons?
Yeah.
It's like no, 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 no. I need to actually figure out the name of the character because I forgot. God damn it. God damn it. I have a male name ready, but then I just told myself, no, this is going to be a female. Okay. Okay. No, 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 Tenna. Not, no, no, no. This is not about your son. These are people who are investigating your son's death and trying to find like what could have caused him to the and the mother just says, well, I told you what caused him. That leg, he broke his leg, and I told him to go to a healer, and he's just said, no, no, I won't get paid enough and we need money, and so he just went on that broken leg, and that just it destroys his body. This lady obviously is old and has no idea how medicines work, but okay. Janine, why? No, stop. Okay. Uh, so Euclid kind of like steps back. If you have any questions, like he kind of gestures while the lady is still going on this tirade of her son not going to the healer and getting the leg band leg like taken care of?
Uh,
Ah, cool. Gamila, do you want to take the lead with with an old lady?
I am not good with old ladies, but sure. Uh, I I have no idea what to say right now. Totally blank.
Oh my gosh. Have, have I just completely confused all of you? Oh,
Yes.
here's an idea. Like, if this is like not like you have no like real uh questions to ask, we can just like fast forward this to later in the night when I guess like we're gonna have Farmy smoke some weed or like tobacco and stay awake. Like we can just do that. That's fine. Like if it, like yeah, we can just fast forward these house to house visits or whatever.
I can can I just ask a question
Sure,
and
absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely. Like if
Um
you like okay, so here's something. Let's say like we go to all the houses, we just fast forward this thing. We have like a montage of you you three and you Chris going around the various
yes.
houses and stuff, and we will all
Mhm.
sum that up with a single investigator mystery roll. So one of you will
Uh
roll that, whoever has the highest of you three, and yeah,
uh,
we're gonna see what happens.
My sharp is
oh,
1.
wait. Let me see my sharp. Do I even have sharp? I have one sharp.
Yay. Nadine
For
has
me.
okay. Maya has three sharp, so I guess we'll have Maya roll the thing. All right, cool. All right, okay. So
Damn.
let's just describe
Sharp.
like while she's taking the call. Let's just describe the various scenes that basically happen. So you basically go from that house. I need to write down who was that. Okay, that was this person. Okay. Next, you actually go to the the road worker's house, who was probably overworked, and the family like complains that she was overworked. She was complaining about she was always tiring and yawning, and so like the family thinks that she fell asleep due to like too much like work pressure, and like
Mm.
so the family doesn't think her falling asleep was like anything weird. She was getting some sort of complaints, like she was complaining that like she's not getting enough sleep. She was working 14 hours, 15 hours a day, which was really bad because they needed
Mhm.
the road finished. So yeah, you know how it is. Okay. Then you head to a sanitary worker's house. Um, who thinks like whose family thinks that Naya, the sanitary worker, uh, her family thinks that she caught some form of like some sort of disease, was not like didn't cover her face or hands properly while dealing with crap and scat. So probably that led to something. You know, to always cover your mouth and hands. It's just etc. So yeah, the family thinks they caught some disease, and Euclid like later like tells you that he thinks like in order to avoid like too much people being afraid of going to sleep, he's just letting the family thinks whatever they want to think that
Yeah.
justifies it, because otherwise like if people starts panicking, it's just gonna be a mess because nobody knows what's actually going on. Then you actually go to much south to one of the fields, like not too far south, say around like here-ish to the fields. Like you can see the fields here. So there's like some houses there. You have a farm house, like a farmer's house, and they said that the farmer actually didn't die there. Farmer died in one of the inns nearby. The inn is close to the house. You can also check that out. The farmer went in there during the during after a day of work, like heavy work, and went in the evening, drank some alcohol and fell asleep. And later when the when the like the workers came around to like wake her up, then she just never woke up. She had already died. That kind of stuff. You eventually visit you're taken to the barracks where Bardas, the royal guard, was found dead. Uh, initially, it was found. Initially, people suspected that like he was poisoned, and there was some sort of a little bit of panic. But eventually, there was no sign of poison. So now the guards think like he just drank too much, and he was a very jolly fellow, so he probably drank too much and you know had died. That you are taken to a local merchant, to his like slave house because one of the victims was a slave. And like you see like at the slave house there are actually two healers that are going through all the slaves, like checking them from diseases. And like the merchant says that at the first I was very afraid that there might be a disease going on, so I'm having all of the people here, all of my workers here checked and double checked just to be sure. But it doesn't seem like, so far it doesn't seem like there is any other disease, so it was probably a one-off thing. Yes. So that was Sirus, a slave. So yeah, the merchant is very worried about the well-being of the other slaves, that if they're falling ill or anything like that. So yes, that's about it. Yeah, that's about it for the montage scene sequence object things. I guess you all and Farmy kind of meet back together with oh man, I'm also sleepy. God damn it. Hope I wake up tomorrow. Okay. We have we also have Alfio's meet up with you with as many birth dates that he could find, which wasn't a lot, only two, but they're not the same. But he found mostly the birth months of a few of them, and they're pretty much all over the place. It just doesn't seem like there's a connection that way. So yeah. Nadine, let us know if you're back because you're muted. We wouldn't know if you're back. I guess the rest of you, the three of you, can role play between you all while, like I guess we can easily explain that Maya is thinking to herself, and she's when she thinks she's kind of in another world, can't be disturbed at all. So if you want to discuss between yourself things, uh, uh, dog gif. Okay, is that all your collective reaction to all this?
Yeah, we're all looking in the far distance.
Honestly, yeah.
We're just so dumbfounded. Like,
It's fine. This mystery was written to take a few days because you finding a common ground is going to take a while. So it's like written to take a few days. It's not like a time sensitive mystery like the previous few. So, the mystery's countdown clock is very slow. Like only like
So
we haven't
so
even reached the second layer yet. So yeah, please go.
so far the common ground is that they're young, they've all worked
hard.
relatively close to the ship, right? And then
Hmm.
they've died in their sleep.
Yes. All of them died in their sleep, and the sleep
One
doesn't seem like, so far it doesn't seem the sleep was like out of the ordinary. It just felt like Either they died in their sleep in their homes or during their workplace, and then they were probably just tired and taking a nap.
And then one of them had a broken leg,
Hmm.
and one of the families thinks it was poop.
Yes,
Yeah.
infection. Another things, the
And
merchant
you
with the
you
slaves
mentioned
thinks.
something about someone not having calluses.
Oh no, Adad had calluses, like because
Oh,
like
okay.
sailors and
They
stuff.
they all worked hard.
Yeah, like Adad, like they were all like pretty much like regular people with regular workers, you know. And they're young. Like the youngest one was the farmer who nodded off in an inn after drinking alcohol. So you know, like they probably fell asleep because they were young and they're probably a lightweight. Probably drank too much and then they never just woke up. So that's kind of awful.
Okay, Nadine's back.
Yeah,
Hey Nadine, we're
sorry.
back. So Nadine, now all we did was we had a montage scene of all of you.
Yeah,
Okay, Sans farming, who is getting tobacco.
still getting drugs. Okay.
Yep. So the three of you with Euclid just went around the various sites. You went to the barracks. You went to a sanitary workers' home where the family thinks she caught some disease by not properly covering her hands and faces while like working with poop and scat. So
Mm.
you went to the civil road workers family who thinks who says she was very overworked and she was complaining about falling asleep in the job. So her sleeping doesn't seem like out of the ordinary. You went to the
Okay.
Jewish delivery man's house, and they did say that he had a tendency to take a quick nap in the afternoon. So that also seems quite normal. You go to the porter's house, like who had like a granny type person, their mother complaining that he broke his leg and didn't go to the healers because they couldn't afford to pay the healer. So yeah, so
Back.
cool. Uh, then you went to merchant's house, who has two healers checking all of his slaves because one of his slaves was the victims, and he just thinks there's probably a disease going around, but so far the healers have found nothing. So he's quite relieved that none of his people are like hurt. It's you like slavery is normal, considered normal in this time and age. It's you don't like we as player understand that it's awful, but your characters think it's normal. It's
No, he's just rich. That's just the thing.
yeah, like no. We are like the show is treating it as a neutral thing. So it's like
Yep.
this is
No,
how
it's
Far-
the
it's not
world
the
Farming has
slavery.
no
I mean,
problem with the
this
slaves.
is
He
the
just doesn't like rich people.
yes,
yeah.
indeed, yeah. All right. Yeah, he doesn't like rich people. We've established that. I don't know why. He's not too like he's a middle class. I don't know why he hates the rich, but okay, cool.
Why not?
I, they're a good target. Let's be fair. You go to a young farmer's house who was the youngest victim, 15 years old, just like a farmer working, like like a hired farmer, that kind of stuff, and she had too much to drink and fell asleep in the inn in the evening and just never woke up. That's about it. You just went around all of these 7 locations and sorry, 8 locations, including the inn and their work sites for 2, so like 10 locations, I guess, total. So yeah, and that was the montage scene. So what we're doing is we are doing um like a collective investigate a mystery with the person with you that has the highest sharp, which would be Maya. So
Oh no.
yes.
No.
What, you have +3? Come on, you
But I'm
literally have,
still gonna fail. Just watch me.
you, the others can help. Okay, the others can help.
Please. If it ever does anything, oh my god, why is my computer so slow?
Oh God, why?
There.
You have a 3 on that. You'll be fine. In before you crit fail.
See?
You
See?
almost crit failed.
See?
Okay, who wants to roll to
Someone
help?
help.
Who wants to roll to help?
Wow.
Gamila,
Why are you
don't do
so
it. I
surprised? I
believe in you.
consistently roll badly.
Oh my gosh,
But I
both Gamila and Ramesu has -1 cool. Oh shit.
well, I don't know. Gamila's just our dedicated helper, so I don't know.
No, she
I
can't
have
auto help because this is
-1.
not a combat situation.
Yeah.
Well, she's still the dedicated helper.
Okay,
Oh,
fine.
fine.
Sure,
Throw the
sure.
the
Roll
burden on.
-1. Oh my
See,
god!
I told you.
She just
Oh.
casually crit success. Yeah, just a crit success right there. Wow. Okay. Sure. Just give a. Okay. Absolutely. Give a. Wow. I, I have nothing to say. Okay. That raises it to a 7. So you don't get the
7.
XP, unfortunately. Sadness.
Who
But
cares?
yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Like you have way too much XP. You have leveled up the most.
Yeah.
So yeah. Ask me a general question.
Can I just ask what is killing them and be done with it?
No. Unfortunately, you have no idea, but whatever
Yeah.
it is attacking. Like you don't even know what it is, but it is probably. You can tell it's attacking during when they're sleeping, but it doesn't seem like restricted to nighttime because some of them have fallen asleep during the day or the evening, so it doesn't seem restricted by nighttime. It doesn't seem like there's actually like any discernible patterns so far. Just seems like random targets at will, just various places around the city.
Cool.
Hmm. Like if
Oh
you
God,
like
what
if
do
that's
I
not informative
ask?
enough, you can also ask me another question because that just feels like something you got normally. So if you want to ask something like else, that's also fine.
But I don't know what to ask.
Good. Awesome. Excellent. Then we'll just leave it at that. We are going to move over to the next day and see what happens. What?
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
What was I doing all this time?
oh yeah, you got the
Could
tobacco. You eventually met up with everyone else, and Alpheus told you about the birth months of most of the like a few of the people, and there doesn't also seem like any relation to that. Like no commonality, anything.
Astrological signs haven't been invented yet.
What?
Astrological signs have not been invented yet, right?
Astrological signs had been invented yet, but they just haven't been connected to like months of the year yet. So like the Egyptians has only 3 months: growth, uh, floods, and something else.
Harvest, right?
Yeah, harvest, growth, and sorry, in the opposite order: flood, growth, and harvest. Yeah, there we go. So yeah,
Did we find out anything about the birthdays?
nope. It's just birthplace seems pretty like doesn't seem like there's any relation either.
Oh my God.
It's just random targets
I
so
give
far that
up.
you can tell.
uh,
I'm retiring
yeah.
from monster hunting.
Okay, it's fine because like as you all retire for the night, we're going to have like respective scenes for you all. So, one
Oh,
by
just
one.
asking.
Oh, yes.
Does anyone want some tobacco? I bought like 3 portions for one person, more than one
I,
person.
I don't smoke, thank you.
Could you
It's
give me
just
one?
it. Yeah. Here you
Give
go.
me one. I
Camilla
have
is
plans for that.
too afraid to fall asleep. I love it. Ramesu, do you want some tobacco?
He doesn't understand how that's gonna help.
It's just like just keep awake through the night. If anything.
He just looks at you.
You
All
know,
right.
at this
I'll
point,
take that.
Maya wants the thing together because at least that way, maybe she'll find out what's happening.
The lack of information is driving her
It's
crazy.
Yes.
I love it.
Her and me.
I love it. All right. So as you're like heading off for the night, Euclid kind of asks like, so any ideas? Anything?
No,
No,
nothing.
Oh
did this happen before? Because one of
no,
our
no. This is the first
no,
time we're having random potentially like could these 12 deaths just be completely coincidences?
I mean, we'll never know unless another 12 people die the same way, I guess.
I absolutely adore how Flux thinks that how Farmi thinks that he can actually avoid meeting Eris by not going to sleep. Like that's going to help.
That's
I
not
mean,
how it
it's
works,
yeah,
man.
not how it works,
No, no,
but still, it's worth a try.
it
It's
is
worth a try.
absolutely
Yeah,
sensible in character to think that. I'm
Yes,
just letting you
yeah.
all know as players that no, that's not how it works. Eris basically
yes.
controls it. Okay.
Or Maya's going to sleep.
All right, neat. So it's fine. You all have like a single scene of your own. So for me, what do you do?
Probably just like Ernie, just get back to work with the work I have. It's
Okay,
like
cool.
work through the night and not try to sleep at all.
Absolutely, that's a
It was
great idea.
partly
Awesome.
because I'm scared that it will hit me,
Okay.
but it's mostly because like I said, just don't want to meet
Okay.
Eris
Yeah, no,
again.
no, it's fine. It's like you can stay awake through one night without even needing like tobacco. Like you don't need to. Like you're like you're fine. I think. But yeah, you can definitely smoke tobacco for that. Ramesu, what are you doing?
I think I think Ramesu is gonna stick close to the team.
Ah,
I'm not sure if people like are splitting up to their own places.
I
I
think
think
so.
Is that
so Farmi did go off to her own place, his own place. Sorry. I don't know about Gamila, but Maya's definitely going into her haven.
Camilla is taking the night shift
At
at the goat. She's taking the night shift at goat herding.
is that a
She's
good idea? I mean, leopards prowl the fields like close to the fields at night.
yeah, but that's what she's been doing since she was young. So
Ah,
that's
that's fair. All right, yeah, sure. You're taking a night shift. Your family is very like like concerned about you taking the night shift. What do you tell to
oh come
convince them?
on. Oh, come on, mom. I've been taking the night shift since I was young. It's not
Yes,
like,
but not you haven't taken like both shifts in the same day ever.
uh,
Are you all right? Is everything all right? Do you need money?
I'm fine. Just, uh, I'm just really motivated to do the night shift today. I mean, I could sleep tomorrow morning if you want.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Even worse, that's even worse.
Oh my gosh! You know what? You know what? I just want to know. I just want to know what's going to happen if you roll to persuade her.
Sure.
It,
Where
it is
is
your
the
highest stat. You have two there, so it is your highest.
9?
Oh, nice. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay. So she definitely gears you out properly. She tells you to okay, it's fine. Take fish with you.
Oh, sure.
So
I will
yes,
take the dog with me and
and
I
all your
will do my
weapons.
job properly.
Yes.
Yep, all my weapons. If you want me to do a a fire circle, would you like me to do that? Because you're very, very worried about me just saying.
No, no. Yeah, I think fish and you will be fine together. As you said, you've done this before. Besides, you might scare
Yeah,
the goats with your fire circle. You know how they are. idiots.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god. They they act dead when they find something scary. Anyway,
Good
um,
question. What kind of a dog is Fish? Is Fish like a protective, or he's like totally lazy, just like lazes around, sleeps around all the time?
uh, he's been trained to be a herding dog,
Okay,
so
cool. Okay,
he has the
pretty active.
capability.
All right, cool, cool, cool. He's pretty active. It's an Egyptian dog. It's not a golden retriever.
Damn
It's
it.
an Egyptian dog. It looks like a greyhound, sort of. You can
Yeah,
look up
it
how
looks like
Egyptian. You can look up how
a
Egyptian dogs build
greyhound.
up. Yeah, it's kind of a greyhound. Not that big, but oh my gosh.
And he's wearing a spike what do you call that necklace, was it
What armor?
he's wearing what do you put in the
A spike
he's
collar?
wearing a spike collar, yeah, those
Oh
things
yeah,
work.
yeah. That's fine. Like you can make those leather collars or whatever. Yeah, it's a doggo. Okay, it's a cute. Is Fish cute?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's an
All
important question.
dogs are
I
cute.
mean that's not real. That's a trick question because if the answer is always yes, so it's a trick question. But yes. Okay. Moving on. What is what is sorry what is Ramesu doing? Yes. What is Ramesu doing? So we know the
I
team is splitting up.
guess
So what is Ramesu doing? I guess.
Wrong picture.
I guess if he knew that um if he knew that Camilla was going to stay up late, he'd probably watch over her.
Do you like? Do you tell her you're going to watch over her, or are you just going to do it from distance?
No, he'll he'll say to her that he'll stay up and watch the goats with her.
I'm curious what Gamila has to say to that.
uh, sh- Nothing, because that's just normal thing to do.
Cool.
I mean,
Absolutely. That.
in
Yes.
her eyes.
Yes. Absolutely. Honestly, this time it's actually pretty normal and not creepy.
Yeah.
Shockingly enough. All right. Moving on to Maya. Maya, you pretty much like return to your haven, and you actually return to find Callius there waiting for you.
Oh, hey, Callius.
Hey, I heard like you had a busy day with like going around the city.
Yeah, it was busy,
Did did
not very productive.
did you find out? Oh,
No, no.
oh
Yeah, so
that's
I'm planning
bad.
on going to sleep and hoping that it gets me.
Wait, what? But if it gets you, wouldn't you die?
But then I would know.
That's
Oh
part
my
of the fun.
god.
That's part of the fun. You
But
can
I don't.
explore the afterlife.
No, that's a bad idea. Like, what if you like if you die, you'd be dead.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's
Yes.
not like this is the first time I could potentially die. Like, I was close to dying several times in
Well,
the past
yes, but you knew
weeks.
what was like coming at you at that time. Like I've also been pretty close to death myself, honestly. But every time I knew what was coming at me. Like right now, like there doesn't seem to
And
be any way to
maybe I'll,
defend against it.
but maybe I'll know then.
People who
I
get
have
killed
I
die.
have no idea what's going on, Callius, and it's driving me crazy.
If you die in Egypt, you die in real life. Okay. It's Canada all over again. Okay. It's like, uh, he just comes over and like gives you a hug to kind of like calm you down.
Oh.
There. I'm sure you'll figure it out, but maybe not by putting yourself up as bait. Wasn't it you who told me that knowledge doesn't come in a day, and you have to work at it and study hard at it for years to become good at it, like you have?
God, I hate it when you make sense.
It's one of my many flaws, I'm sure. He's tried to sound like really like charming. It comes out as incredibly how do you say, incredibly narcissistic, which probably wasn't his intention. That didn't come out the right way, did it?
I know what you meant. It's fine. God, I hate this. I hate not knowing something.
Okay, well, as you're doing this, what are you doing? Like, like, what are you doing? Are you like sitting down? Are you standing up? Are you wandering about your haven? Like, what are you doing in your
You
haven?
know,
As you're saying, as
I'm
you're saying.
I'm I'm wandering around and like checking my scrolls, see if maybe there's anything that could be helpful.
Absolutely. Your eye catches on that one scroll
Yay.
that you have no idea where you got from.
What with so many other scrolls.
Yeah, it was with so many other scrolls. It was that scroll that had information about ancient Sumer and
Oh.
ancient Sumerian Uduks. Remember that helped you cap
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
that one
Huh, I
that
wonder
fire
how
Uduk?
that got here.
It's always been here on the table on this corner, just like like just knocked aside in your various like other scrolls.
How convenient.
Well, like as you look at it, you realize that like you don't know a lot of things, and where you
Hey.
got this scroll is one of those. You just have no memory of where you got this from.
Yeah.
So that's
It's a
kind of
trap.
what like draws your attention to this scroll, that you don't know where you got it from. Similar to
Yeah,
the
I
situation
didn't
with
really
Farmy.
think about that the last time I used it because
Hmm.
like there was fire.
It was fire. So what do you do? Tell me. So excited.
Gonna read it, I guess.
Okay, cool. Um, as you're also reading, you remember that like we're going to have like a little bit of a flashback, which is
Mm.
actually like earlier this morning, because Farmy came to you in the morning to tell you that hey, we're gonna have a meeting during lunch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nice, cool. So we're kind of actually at that exact scene, that flashback scene that we never showed on video on the episode of this fictional TV show. But now we show that like Farmi is coming and you are still working and you just finished translating the broken pieces of the oil lamp.
Yay.
Yay! That one oil lamp from 2 mysteries ago. And as you're finally like putting all the pages of the scrolls together, like, and going to read it, Farmi comes in through the haven, like puts his head in and says, "Hey, by the way, we're going to have like I don't know how would Farmi say it. Farmi, please say how you would say this.
Do I really? Okay.
Yeah,
It's like
you're just coming in.
not really interrupt. Not really interrupt. Just like obviously there's like gonna be some
Yep,
doors opening and like knocking and everything.
absolutely.
Hey, sorry. Hey, Maya.
Oh, hey,
There's
Farmy.
you need everyone to meet up at lunchtime near the marketplace.
Oh, but I'm kind of busy right now.
Yeah, no, just come to the lunchtime. Yeah, there's something important that I need to tell everyone.
Is it really important? I'm kind of
Pretty
in the
much.
middle of a thing.
Well, you can fit aside too.
So yeah, like since this has already happened, so basically like you think you'd not pay attention, but since he said that um this is like something he has to tell you about, so you kind of get
Yeah.
distracted and just leave the scroll down and start, getting distracted by that. So you kind of pick up the translated wording, and at the top, like, there's usually the what you found, that one is the summoning ritual for the fire uduk that you've already know of, just retranslated and rewritten down properly. There's the uh, banishment ritual, that's also there, that's totally fine. uh, but you notice in your translation there was actually something else. It was on the inside of the broken pieces, which was inside the lamp. It looks like inside the lamp was an imprisonment ward to keep an uduk trapped inside, which is similar to the vacuum spell you used, but this is an indefinite entrapment. Sorry, indefinite imprisonment inside the lamp.
Okay.
And that's what you find. That's the result of your luck special move. You find something stuff. That's not the word for it. You discover something happening now related to something that you were involved in a few days ago. That's yeah.
Okay, but the imprisoning thing is inside the lamp in which a fire uduk was imprisoned.
No, the fire uduk was imprisoned in a jug. That was in a different thing. That's the imprison. That was like similar to this, but that wasn't really like a temporary, just a suction spell to just trap it inside for the moment. This was a long-term, indefinite imprisonment ward to keep something inside the lamp. And that's when you realize that if something was inside the lamp, when a certain someone with a certain giant khopesh broke the lamp, they would no longer be inside the lamp anymore.
So, so are you telling her that not only is there a fire demon, there's
No, no,
something
no, no, no. The
else in the lamp?
fire demon's dead. Like, you killed the fire demon.
But yeah, but it was in the lamp.
The fire demon was summoned. That was the
The
summoning
fire
thing.
demon was summoned,
So
but the
they
thing
summoned
that
a fucking fire demon, bound it to a lamp that was already used to imprison something else.
Yes,
oh
that's
Trap.
what
shit.
you find in your
Oh
translation.
my
You
god!
just realize that.
I'm
What
gonna
if something was inside?
fucking murder a Mesu?
Oh, why do you want to murder your cursed friend? Callius says.
Because he keeps breaking shit and making things worse.
What did he break?
This stupid lamp. There was like this fire uduk was bound to it, and he broke it and released it. But apparently something else was imprisoned in it
Wait,
as well.
what was imprisoned in the wait, no. You said the firewood was summoned. Wait, there
Yes,
was
and bound to the lamp, and something else was imprisoned inside the lamp.
this
So
same lamp was used for two?
yes,
Okay. What was in the lamp?
does it
Yes.
give me a clue for that?
Investigate! This is your investigation! Roll for
Oh no.
it. You have +3. Come on, what are the chances that you would roll badly
We already
twice?
talked about that, Ani. Like scroll up a little bit and you see what happened.
Oh my gosh, you actually did it, you absolute mad lad. Class. Oh
So
boy.
what was in the lamp?
Okay, that is your question. What was in the lamp? Okay. If an uduk, some form of uduk was in the lamp, because this is specifically for uduks only. If an uduk was inside the lamp, um it would obviously become free. And you know what happens when an Uduk is free. The fire Uduk got free, and it was just free to attack whoever it wants. So if something was in the lamp, and then it got freed when Ramesu broke it, they would just be randomly attacking people.
But what kind of Uduk
So
would it be?
you're
I mean,
looking
obviously
for.
not a fire
So if
Uduk.
this creature is what was caused, because the time matches, you know that about 8 days ago is when the fire Uduk thing happened.
Wow, we've been through a lot of shit the past few days, huh?
Yep. Yep. About 8-9 days ago is the fire Uduk happened. So the time matches up.
What a week.
Yep. So you're looking for something that is an Uduk that is specifically attacking people between a certain age in their sleep and leaving no trace.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, that doesn't help as much as you think it does. What type of Uduk would it be?
You let's say you will find out. You will absolutely find out, because this is your extra. You have all the laboratories, so you will absolutely find out. You hit the books, and you're basically going to you're basically going to spend the entire night trying to figure out the patterns over many writings and many reports of Uduks and stuff. So basically, when you start working, Callius calls for you, but your call his calls are unanswered because you are in your days of need to find out mode. So he just gives you a very light hug, which you barely even notice, and he steps he goes back to his ship. And you will spend basically unwittingly the entire night awake and searching. And in the morning you will find out, as you find out, it the dawn is cracking dawn, and roosters are cawing and stuff. You find out what kind of creature could have been trapped, which fits the description. You're not sure that such a creature is loose, but this creature fits the description of what would be happening. So let me get the thingy for you. Hey, you are dealing with what is called an edema, an air uduk.
Cool.
They kill people by sucking out their life force.
Well, that sucks.
It does. It's a wind air.
So it's not tight. So it's not tight sleep.
It's
Oh my god.
and you know
So
they
I'm
they
it's kind of
attack
like
only the sleeping people.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so this is
thought-
the only uduk that matches all of the criteria of the deaths. So
I thought it would be like a carbon monoxide kind of thing. They were sleepy and just sleep,
oh,
and then they pray.
oh, okay, fair. You can think that, but to be fair, it is an air. Yeah, it's air. It's the freaking air.
Well, good. Now we just have to find it and bind it and destroy it. Ugh.
So as you realize what it is, the rooster starts crowing, and you look out the window and you see the sun is coming up.
So nobody slept at night. Well, we're all safe, thankfully.
Oh, Maya's face! Is that Maya's face? The angry twitching eyebrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, this plotline reminds me of
Mhm.
I forgot what his name. This guy,
Bye.
the happening.
Oh, the happening. Oh, god damn it. Like, yeah, what do you do? Is everyone meeting back super sleepy in the morning?
Yes.
Maya is too angry to be sleepy right now. She's fueled by pure rage.
Wait, why is Maya angry? I'm trying to.
Cause this is all Rames's fault.
Okay, what are the rest of you doing? Are you like coming to meet Maya? Like, did you did you agree to meet in the morning or something?
I would assume
And
so.
Nice.
yeah, Gamila is in the library because she's meeting with Samira. She is taking lessons, so she's very grumpy in the morning,
She just
taking math lessons.
she hasn't slept. Yeah, yeah, you've eventually mustered up enough strength to walk into the math department and
Yep.
like basically I think like your sister definitely told your mother and the two of them agreed that if you have like a math scholar who's friendly with you, you should learn, take some lessons, because that would make you like a better like uh, give you better suitors for getting
Yeah.
married.
Yep.
And you
And
don't
that's what I'm.
like
Yeah.
so you don't want to, but you also like see their point and like so you,
Too early in the morning. And I'm grumpy. Everyone's gonna be grumpy.
yep, and Samira is just so active because she's just like, she's up and early in the morning. She has a student. She's like so excited because like she's still like a apprentice, and apprentices don't get students unless they volunteer. You volunteer, so she is very happy because like her apprentice standing with the other apprentices has gone up. So she is very
Mhm.
happy to have a student she can teach. And she's not a very good teacher. She's just like, she gets rambles on her own sometimes.
Yeah.
Yep. She's a dork. Okay, we've established this. She's a fucking nerd. God damn it. Alright, moving on. We have Ramesu. Ramesu, what are you doing while Gamela goes to get lessons?
Early in the morning.
I think Ramesu would go find the others. So if the plan was to meet up, he's definitely going to meet up.
Okay, cool. For me, how did you spend the night? How are you doing in the morning? Super sleepy? Ate like two like there's like a huge pile of tobacco ash. I'm guessing. Flux, are you muted? Flux, are you muted?
Is he still away, maybe?
Oh no. Flux, why? Don't die. Alright. This is oddly appropriate.
My heart is pumping because I ran to get to the laptop.
Ah. Oh, did your laptop died?
No, I mean, I had to do an errand. Didn't know why they didn't call my brother to do it.
Okay, cool. Ah, interesting. Okay, so it's not tobacco, but there is like other kind of like plants that are used for stuff. So it's not tobacco, but it is some sort of smoking weed. You can call it weed, just because there's no.
It's drugs. Let's just admit it's
Yeah,
drugs.
it's just drugs. We all agree it's drugs. So yeah. For me,
Well, tobacco is a drug, yeah.
well, no, yes, but like tobacco is an American, like from the continent of America. So, like, it's not like so. This is not what you have. So it's not tobacco, but it is some form of the same thing. It's essentially the same thing. So yeah,
Yeah, okay.
just in a different name. It's tobacco in a different name. Okay, that's all it is. Have fun. It's some form of nicotine. There we go. All right. So yeah, how did you spend the? How are you doing in the morning as Ramesu comes to collect you?
Probably just like You'll see some wrinkles on my face more than usual, but I should be not the first time I've done this.
Mhm. Definitely. All right, the four of you. Eventually, when Gamila's lesson finishes, the four of you meet back together in Maya's chamber, I guess, heaven. Maya, what are you
Oh,
doing? Are you swearing or something?
yeah. When
So,
Ramesh
so
walks in, I'm just like,
yeah.
so I'm like, you, and punch him.
Whoa, okay. What's going happening?
This is all his fault
For
I
what?
have no idea what you're talking about.
because you have to just destroy everything before thinking about it. The stupid oil lamp.
I did think about that.
Well, good for you because now all those people are dead because there was something else inside that lamp that got released when you destroyed it. Well done.
Um,
Wait. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not processing this like
There was
people should
already
be.
another Uruk imprisoned inside the lamp, and the fire Uruk was bound to it. So when Ramesu just decided to destroy it, he released both of them.
how
And
did
we
you
had no
find that
idea
out?
about the other Uruk. Research.
Yeah, but how?
There was an inscription inside of the lamp.
Oh, so it's on the inside of the lamp.
Yes,
You mean we wouldn't have found this out unless we looked at the
it
inside of
wouldn't
the
have
lamp?
gotten out if you hadn't destroyed it.
Ramesh just rolls his.
Flux, is that Farmi's reaction or your reaction? Or both?
I mean, we can. I mean, a lot of people are having this reaction.
Yeah.
I'm just Camille's just this is too much in the morning.
Yes, well, now we gotta find this other Uruk somehow and bind it again.
Okay, then.
Can you bait it or summon it?
Could I do that without knowing where it is?
You know it's an Edimu. Has I think you need to know where it is.
Oh, okay. What exactly is this Orok for us to find?
Edimu. It's
Because
an Edimu. It's called an Edimu.
I'm asking Maya because we had fire the Orok before, and what is this now? Like
It's
uh,
air. Probably.
air.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but it fits the best.
Now she has the confused face that say, "How the fuck are we gonna find air?"
I don't know, Ramasu. Any good ideas?
Holy shit!
I would assume that you have some sort of magical approach for seeing things that are invisible.
Oh, so it's all up to me again, huh? Sure.
Okay,
I
You just
mean,
destroy whatever you want, and Maya can fix it.
Whoa,
I'm
sure.
gonna just.
okay.
I'm
This
just gonna step in front of Maya, just blocking her from seeing Ramesu. All right, Ramesu didn't know what will happen. Don't fully blame. Okay.
Yeah, this is just a whole, you know,
He shouldn't have
trial and error.
destroyed that lamp in the first place.
Okay, I don't think having an argument is helping us here. So everybody, calm down.
Well, I guess I'm gonna hit the books and see if I can find a way.
Awesome. As you're about to do, a young, like a boy, like lad, runs in and says, is this Scholar Maya's room?
Yes. What do you want?
I have a message from Philakitai Alpheus. There's two more deaths. He'd like to meet you at the Philakitai house if possible. Your team.
Oh, good. More death. Great.
I need something strong for this.
Well, maybe you guys should go and I try to figure something out.
Is
Or
there
maybe it's
any
still there. Who
is
knows?
is there any other way? I mean, oh my God, it's air. You just see Gabriela's face palm.
Yeah, it could be everywhere.
Ah,
Oh, God damn it.
mm, smoke. Maybe we could see it walk through smoke. Agamila will just stand up, go to the canteen, and eat a very heavy meal, and then
Oh
uh
no, she's gonna fall asleep. Oh, isn't she?
yeah, she's almost there.
Oh no.
She's just gonna come with you guys while eating on the road.
Oh my God.
Why is she eating
No,
the nicotine?
wait, no. She's
No,
eating a heavy meal because she I think she wants to bait herself or something.
no, she's just so tired because
Okay,
of she, she's eating mostly sweets and
okay,
anything she could find.
okay. Oh no, like oh my gosh,
You
she has
know, that
no
might
idea.
actually
She
be
has no
not
idea.
that bad of an
She has no
idea.
idea that eating a lot when you're tired actually makes you more sleepy. Oh
I mean,
no.
Yeah,
if it's sweet,
Does
if it's
anybody
a lot of
notice
sugar.
does anyone notice she's in the state?
Sure. And like it's up to you. Like if you want to notice, you can notice. If you don't want to notice, you don't want to notice. That's like totally fine.
yeah, you could
Mila,
if
you
you.
alright?
My brain hurts because I just had a math lesson with Samira, and to be honest, I didn't even understand what the hell she was saying, and she was forcing me to multiply in thousands. Man, why? I mean, I can
Not.
only do hundreds.
I mean, just add an extra zero.
Uh,
Ooh, um,
y-
zero doesn't exist.
Well,
Oh shit!
awkward.
Wait,
Awkward.
hold on.
yeah,
India invented ones and zeros, so
Yep. Not
zero
yet.
should exist.
Not yet.
not yet, not yet.
Not yet. It's
She's
later.
just
How did number the numerical exist then?
The Roman. You remember Roman numerals? That came from the
yeah.
Greek numerals.
Yeah, but this is the Arabic.
Imagine
Arab had made numerals,
Yeah. No.
normal
No. No.
numerals.
No. Arabic numerals came from India. It's called Arabic numerals, but it came from India. In India is where zero was invented. Like the concept of zero was first come here. It went to Arab and then it went into the Western world. It's not too far away. It's like I think like around like 100 or 200 years that's gonna happen, but not yet. So it eventually,
Darn.
yeah.
yep, not during the Roman
Just
Empire. So it happened after the Roman Empire. So like near the end of the Roman Empire, around I think 300 or 400 AD is when it actually like made it into there because the Roman empires used the Roman numerals. They didn't have zeros, so yeah, you don't have
Hmm.
So
unfortunately.
just add another M
I'm
or
gonna take back
whatever.
that anachronism. I'm gonna take back that anachronism and say
Thank you.
just add an extra digit.
Yeah, there we go. Like you can just add an extra m because multiplying is like you know jokes. All right, cool stuff. I got names for everyone. Cool. All Alright, I got names for the new 2 dead people. Yay, dead people.
Dead
All
people.
dead people. They are all the dead people. Alright, yes. So, what do you do? Like, is all of you going or only like some of you going?
Well, not like anyone else,
No,
right?
I think I heard like Maya's staying back or something. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, she's probably staying back to find a way to track the air Uduk.
Okay, cool. Absolutely. So like, is anyone staying with her or like 3 of you are going?
Well, she has her magical fortress thing, so you should leave alone.
Yeah, Camilla's coming along, so she doesn't wanna. If she stay in the library, she's gonna definitely fall asleep.
Maybe
Maybe
that's not such a bad idea to use
But
one of us as bait. Like, if one of us goes to sleep and the others are watching them, maybe we can find the Uduk that way.
uh,
it's in dreams, by the way. We won't know.
it's an air. It's
It's
basically
not
virtually.
in dreams. It's basically stealing air from the people as they are sleeping.
Well, if
Same
Maya
concept. Same
if
concept.
Maya suggests this idea, if she suggests it, Ramesu will volunteer since she's already mad at him anyway.
I mean, let's do this.
Oh
Wh-
my god.
Where
In that
are we
case, I feel like
doing this?
staying high on that everyone is staying.
Okay, what are you doing?
Why are we doing this? Because we don't know exactly. I mean, there's no specific common denominator, so how are we baiting him to go through Ramesa?
Well,
I
we
don't
have
know.
two baits here. Two people. It just goes for anyone who sleeps.
Oh, we can hope that it comes to him when he's asleep. We don't know.
Uh, well, if we're doing that, we should probably do it somewhere inside the city or outside of the city.
I mean, it's already here.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Well, yes. Shall
Is there a
we?
pillow?
Camilla is falling asleep right now. Camilla, do you want to stay awake? Yay or nay?
Yeah,
Okay,
she's trying to
okay,
stay
good.
awake.
Good. Act under pressure. Let's go.
Wait, what is it? Cool?
Yes,
Or okay.
yes, yes, it is. Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna help out.
Aww. Hey, Janine, do you want XP or do you want that to like succeed?
Let's roll for it. Let's be chaotic. Cause
Okay, okay,
nothing
let's find out.
doing
Okay,
anything.
okay, yeah, Maya, if you want to help out, go for it.
Sure, I can try.
Do it. It's
But
also
you
a
know how
cool.
well I roll.
It's also a cool. So let's see.
Hey,
Oh, she succeeded.
It's a 7. Congratulations, you have managed to somehow act under pressure. Let's.
yeah, I'm gonna stomp on her foot to wake her up.
Okay, what's outcome? Hard choice or price to pay?
Well,
Okay. Um. Okay. You know what? It's a worse outcome. Your she stamps on your foot. Unfortunately, it was a bit too hard, and now you're limping.
wait, are we sitting on around the table? Cause that would make sense. I would wake up and stand up and hit my knee on the table.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, whatever course of action happened, basically you're now limping because you have hurt your
Yep.
leg. I'm not gonna give you any harm or anything because it's unnecessary to do so because it's just funny. But
Yeah.
yep. All
Ah!
right.
Ow! Ow!
You're
Yep.
awake, but in pain.
Mm-hmm.
Limping. All right. Okay. So, what is the plan? Is anyone going to actually meet Alpheus, or are you just like trying to summon the bait the creature here?
Okay, how about you go and meet him? I stay here and do some more research, see if I can find out anything, how we can track this thing. And if I can't find anything, we do the whole falling asleep bait thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
1% at a time, or do we want full bait?
We can decide
Mm,
that later. So if you can you three can head out, and Maya stays back to research, I guess.
Yeah.
mhm.
Cool, awesome. All right. So yeah, the three of you head out and reach uh, the Philakitai house, where there's actually this time a few group of people, and they're kind of trying to ask, look, we know one of her one of like we know that another farmer was also died, and she was also very young, so we just want to know if there is some sort of disease going around town. And like Alpheus is there, it's just like, no, there is no disease, there is absolutely no disease, we have three separate healers confirm that there is no disease. Okay, there is absolutely no disease. We are these are all perfectly natural. They were tired, they were overworked, look, he wasn't overworked, he was no, he was no, that doesn't make sense. So people are actually like starting to catch on that there is something going around killing people, and they're starting to worry that they mostly think it's a disease going on, but they're not sure. Diseases are the most common, things to kill people because of lack of medicine and stuff. But yeah, so yeah, people are just very like, there's like not too many people, just like four or five,
Nagawa
four
na.
four people, just like
Wala na.
mostly just families of the people that just got hurt. So yeah, they're like talking about it. So yeah, what do you do?
It's so silent. Uh, should we try to disperse the people?
Like I think Alpheus hasn't noticed you yet, because he's still just like talking distracted with all of these people. He's like, you can tell he's slowly freaking out, because if people freak out, then that's awful. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's trying his best to convince people that there's nothing wrong, but the people are like, he's not making a good case.
My center. I say, um, hey, let me think. Uh, Calm down, everyone. Let's just let the man do his job first. We wouldn't know what's happening if he can't do his job properly.
Are you persuading?
Yeah,
Okay, good, do it, roll me your charm.
yeah,
Be
sharp,
charming.
sharp. 30.
Nice.
Wow. So, um they kind of go to like argue again, but then like a few of them actually recognizes you, because they're like, you see that most of these people are farmers, and like one of them actually recognizes you. Hey, I know you, you're that goat herding girl, Slate, I
Ah,
mean
yes.
Gartha's daughter, right?
Yes.
Sorry, Galen, sorry, your mother's name is Galen's daughter.
Ah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Ah, yes.
Like
Galen's
he
daughter.
was going, like the farmer was going to say Slate, but then just backtrack. No, Galen, because he's probably gonna get beaten by your mother
Yep.
if that name comes out. So yeah, the Slate. I mean, Galen's daughter. Yes. You remember Therese? Like, he's dead. He's dead this morning. We found him dead in his house. Therese
What?
is one of your like farming neighbors, like neighbor farmers.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Yes, how horrifying. It's a person we've never introduced before that died.
Yes. Yes.
I know, I'm sorry. We just, yeah. So, yeah, they, like, but you managed to convince them that the Philokitai is working, and some of them know that you have been, like, working, like, doing these weird stuffs that nobody has, like, I think people would
An
know,
idea what it is.
yes, people would know a little bit, but nobody is like you're like if nobody has told your mother probably has heard but haven't like probably confronted you yet, but yes,
Oh my god, that's bad. Okay.
like you don't know that, but like you the character don't know that, you the player know that.
Yes. Okay.
I mean,
There are rumors, but there's not much information. If that's what you're getting at.
so yeah, so I think like they like eventually calm down and say, okay, if you say there's no disease, but like let us know if there is a disease so we can prepare according and
Yeah,
like
I
yes.
will. I
Yeah.
will definitely
So
definitely say if there's a disease. You know me. I tell people the truth.
as as they walking away, I imagine like Camilla continues like blubbering like that. It's like, oh, thank you. I have no idea. The people are going to realize something strange is going on soon. This is a nightmare. We've had a farmer called Therese and a camel rider called Hapu died like last night.
Two people last.
Two people last night.
I wait here in the farmlands.
So Therese was in the farmland. Hapu was in the western side near the docks.
How far? Wait, how far is that?
Oh, that was just like here-ish. It's here-ish. So this is where Hapu
Okay.
was, and down here is where Therese was. Your location is probably like this house, probably this barrack looking house thing. I don't know. It's
Hmm.
something. So to the south and to the east of the docks. So that's where stuff happened. Bad stuff.
Well, we now have the location to set the bait.
The bait, yes. But you
Yeah,
know what's going on?
well, apparently, Maya, our good friend, researched it through all night and realizes that the fire thingy that happened last week,
Uh-huh.
well, when that was gone and this one started, so she kind
So
of put,
I mean, what is it? I mean, attacks people in their sleep, but and nobody else in the house notices anything.
yes, it's apparently its element this time is air.
It's an air udo.
Alpheus's jaw drops. I, how what are you going to how, how do we deal with something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah,
We
that's
have some
why
plans. Don't worry.
we,
We may
I'm
well,
have to suffer
worried.
some more casualties
We
in
have
the
14
meantime, though.
deaths already. I'm worried. I'm very much worried. Uh, do you need any help? Like we can't tell too many people, but do you need any help? Like from me, like any something.
Maybe tell people to work through the night and overwork themselves for now.
Just don't go to sleep.
He looks at
I
you. He looks at you with like, yeah, that's a great idea. Like that's gonna work. He gives you that look. That's like, wow, what a
Yeah.
great
Well,
idea. I'm glad I asked you for your valuable information. Like this kind of look. You feel him saying that. You can feel him saying that.
A
He has a very expressive
disappointed
gesture.
look. Yeah, I'm saying, I think for now it's best to keep it quiet. And we are planning to set a bait later on this day, if
Oh
possible.
shit! I have to go tell Euclid if I'm already being faced with this. He might have more. He's in the worst part of town. Oh, I have to go tell him.
Oh, by the way, before you go, just make sure the things are happening in the deaths is basically much more in this area, right?
No, actually, it's completely random.
Fucking uh no. For now, I guess we best hope that we bait this shit.
Okay.
They,
I really hope you can and have some way of dealing with it because I, this is you need to stop this. You need to stop this
mm-hmm.
before too many people start panicking. There's gonna be
Yes.
riots soon if this happens.
Yes.
Now it's killing two in each night. What's like tomorrow? It might be three or four. He just shrugs. He's like completely at an wit's end. He like heads out to like he starts like jogging towards the east side of town to tell Euclid that this is what's happening. Okay, Maya. Going back to Maya. Maya, research time.
Yeah.
Research
Again.
time. Awesome. Give me a roll, but you can take a +1 this time. Don't write the plus
Yeah.
symbol.
So that's another investigate a mystery roll.
Do
Yes.
it. Do it.
Okay, give me a second. Yup.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for
I
not.
investigated the shit
I,
out
I
of that.
I gave you a +4. Like you could have still failed by rolling a crit fail, but thank you for not rolling a crit fail.
Yeah, I know. I'm so glad about that.
Okay, so you can ask me one specific question or two general questions.
Okay.
It can be your choice.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing I want to try to find out is a way to track it, to find out where it is.
Awesome. All right. Okay, so is that a specific question?
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, that's good because specificness is what you need right now. All right, specific question time. Um, so remember that vacuum spell
Which
that
spell?
yeah you can like modify that vacuum spell with
Oh, yeah.
now that you know what it is. You can look into your that stolen scroll that you have. You can find the entry for Edimu and find out what kind of ritual would be used to like target it. So remember, like when you got the scroll initially, you used the vacuum spell to specifically target fire uduks. You can now
Hmm.
change that to target an air uduk, and now instead of vacuuming something to it, you can have the vacuum be guided towards this thing, whatever you're putting the vacuum spell on. So it still needs to be put into some object, but it can then be basically heading towards that direction, like a compass.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! All right.
How did the binding ritual work again? Was it just something I had to say, or did I have to inscribe something?
Mm, mm.
I'm going through my notes right.
You inscribe something on the item you want to bind it to. In this case, you want to track using, or the item that you're using as a compass,
Hmm.
and you inscribe the things on it, and then you um because you are at your library and you can like recite this fairly well because you have like all the information, like that's all you need. So you can like by the
Yeah.
times the others are heading back, I
Yeah,
guess.
because I'm gonna try to keep this one this time,
Yes.
and not accidentally destroy it again.
And this mystery is basically created because I, as an apology to you, and so you can. This is one outcome I am completely okay and prepared for, and expecting fully.
Good. So I'm gonna prepare like the tracking thing and the tethering ritual.
Hmm. And as you finish, as like nothing happens. So
Hmm.
what are you like? What are you putting the tracking ritual on? Like the tracking inscriptions on? Could be anything. Like you can literally use just a scroll on a piece of paper, and that would be enough. Just the paper.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Like a scroll. Cool.
Yeah, just an empty piece of paper
Okay,
and
just an empty piece of papyrus. Yep, just put it on. Just put it on. Like do and like you pronounce the thing correctly, and then nothing happens.
oh,
And that's when you facepalm. You are literally inside your haven.
right.
It can't track from inside the haven because it's protected.
Yeah. Yeah.
You facepalm.
Yeah, I
You
do. I do. It's the sleep deprivation.
yes. You step outside of your room, and sure enough, the paper folds in a particular direction.
Nice.
It's going.
So,
It's going to the south, apparently.
okay. Well, I'm okay. What am I gonna tether it to? Just, I mean, just some random object that I'm grabbing for the tethering ritual.
Yeah, you can grab literally anything,
Yeah.
like a brick from the road, a piece of like stick, like some form of vase, like, another piece of paper.
No, I would lose that.
Probably not another piece of paper with probably
Yeah.
nothing easily fragile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and I'm gonna follow.
Mm-hmm.
Alone?
Yes.
Face palm.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Oh no. Okay. So anyway, I guess the rest of you, after like Philakita, Alpios heads out, you actually see Maya going by the road over, heading to the south.
I will be calling for her because I think I would think that she's looking for us. So, Maya, Maya, right here. Where are you going?
I'm gonna ignore them. Just keep
Wait,
walking.
wait.
What?
That, did she not?
Maya?
Did she not hear us? Yeah, she's walking right. Okay, I'm gonna run towards her. Maya, Maya,
I'm gonna
did you?
I'm gonna go too. Maya,
You're
I'm
going in the wrong
I'm
direction.
busy right now.
Wait, what
with
exactly are
what?
you doing?
I'm tracking this thing.
Wait, alone? Aren't Jesus?
Well,
Why?
yes.
Maya, no offense, but you're the least capable of handling yourself.
Excuse me, I'm not the one who released this thing.
Well, you're not the one you release it, but you're also not the one who's capable of doing it alone.
Okay.
Dude,
Well,
I
I'm gonna
mean,
keep tracking it. You do whatever you want, but don't interfere, okay?
what?
well, I'm gonna
That,
come with you.
but you didn't even bring anything against it? Like, you're just gonna track it? Like, what?
I'm going to bind it.
Oh, wait,
And
okay.
what's gonna be your plan after that, genius?
Okay, wait. you're walking around with a piece of paper, you know that, and you didn't.
I
You
took
just told us
something
your.
else with me, some unspecified object that I'm gonna tether it to.
Oh, you didn't
Alone.
specify it. So
Remember the
Yes.
last time we did that with a fire uduk and everyone nearly died?
Yes. And then
Even
Ramesu
the
destroyed the lamp
supposed
and
avatar
started
of
this.
God, even the supposed avatar of God almost died.
Yeah, and he's the one who started all this. And the only
Maya's
reason
never
it got
gonna
so
drop
bad
it.
the last time is because he destroyed the lamp.
No, Maya's
this
never
is
going to
And how
drop
is that
it.
getting.
related to you being able to have?
We're just
Well, as I said,
walking.
I'm gonna keep tracking it. You do whatever you want. I'm
Okay,
not
can I?
stopping
Okay,
you.
Annie, I'm gonna need persuade a hunter roll here.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, I'm basically
Um,
allowing you to follow me.
Well,
no.
I'm stopping you to prepare better.
Yeah, we're basically asking you to stop for a minute and let's think
Okay,
about this
Gamila,
strategically.
Gamila, do you want to roll for it?
Oh no,
Well,
you said you want to roll
you
for it.
said
Camilla
it.
can
Damn
assist
it.
you.
Zero charm. Go. Damn
Oh
it.
my gosh, it's beautiful.
I will try to help. Is that cool?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't
Yeah.
care about.
Look, we're not saying this is bad. We're saying, could you look at this in a strategical point? You can't just walk around in the
Oh my
this
god, we both failed.
place and
Fuck
we
you!
we we can't even see this thing. What if you just
Yeah, I
attacked
don't
you?
care. I'm gonna keep walking.
Wait,
Alright,
and she, oh man, Gamila is panicking. Where is Kelly's even?
Okay,
This is
so and like basically what happens, because now I have not one but two. You mark both of you mark XP, and I now
Mhm.
have not just one but two keeper moves to make. Well, now the paper starts fluttering,
no.
oh dear.
and then suddenly points straight up.
Oh, good. It's here.
That's not good. That's not good. What do we do? What do we do? I
Oh,
say,
hold on.
what do we
I'm
Hold on.
gonna start the tethering
It says
ritual.
here, when I say persuade the hunter, on the miss, it's up to them to decide how badly you offend or annoy them. They mark experience, they do not do what you ask.
Oh,
Yep.
So
oh, one second.
you get experience.
Oh, one
You
second.
get
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
experience.
Sorry, sorry, sorry. You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. Um. Okay. Um. What are you
Oh, cool.
trying?
So I get
Oh,
XP.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I don't think she is doing what you tell
Everyone
her
got
to do. Yeah.
XP of
Okay.
that.
Okay. So yeah, yeah. Get XP. All right.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
And
Cool.
I didn't even have to fail for it.
No,
Nice.
you didn't have to do anything for it. Congratulations.
Yay.
So proud of you all. All right then.
Wait, where's the rest in all?
For me, as you are you looking up? I'm guessing you are.
Well, I'm looking at the most interesting thing, which is the
No, no,
fluttering paper.
no. The paper just pointed directly upwards,
Huh. Okay.
and then
Then
Maya
yes,
said,
I'm
"It
looking up.
it's here." Okay, you look up. You can see it.
Oh shit.
It looks like a very like very light colored cloud.
How far up is it?
For me, it is about okay, let's actually figure it out. 10, 12 meters up, like 3-story ish. It's like flying above. It's completely amorphous, like a cloud shape, like just like an amorphous blob of smoke thing.
It looks like I loudly exclaim, see it.
Ramesu is definitely climbing up the nearest building to jump off of it.
Oh my god.
Did I even say
Gamila,
where?
yeah,
Yeah, I just point at it. I just point at it.
Yeah,
It's
Gamera
there.
doesn't see it. Doesn't
It
see this, right?
yeah, it is different. No, no, only Farmy can see it.
Ramesu doesn't see it.
No, he doesn't have the sight.
Oh.
Ramesu can, however, try to use empath to track it if he wants to.
Oh, nice.
Ramesh is like climbing up a building right
Nice.
now
Okay, cool,
and
cool.
transforming into the werejackal mode.
In
And
public
hopefully
in the middle of a city. Okay, awesome. Now we're talking. Now
Uh,
we're getting into the meat of the adventure. You immediately draw stares as like people all around the street kind of like in shock at this man just climbing up the side of this like small one-story building, and it's slowly transforming into this hairy beast. An absolute chunk. An absolute
chunk.
chunk. Yep.
No, he's an absolute swole.
Not Ramesu, Rameswol.
Oh God.
It's so terrible. I hate that. I hate that
Yeah.
wordplay. I hate it.
Thanks,
Okay.
I hate it.
Yes. Oh boy. All right. You are immediately. All of you are drawing like very like noticeable stares. What do you do?
I'm gonna start the tethering ritual.
Awesome. Very
Uh,
cool. Okay, it's going to take a little bit of time as you start like inscribing quickly as fast as you can. So we're going to do a move soon. I'm just gonna have everyone else go before you. So yeah, so what do the rest of you do? Camilla, you first. Go.
Gamila will look for a torch just because she's looking for something she could hit it with, and a torch with the fire might do it because, they put a fire demon with it, so that might work. She doesn't know.
Sure, there's
Camilla is smart.
just like a clothing shop like right there which has like a turned burnt out like you know like it's just opening in the morning, and they had torches in the night, but it's like kept there on the table. You can quickly grab that.
Yeah, I will take. I'm not borrow this. Thank you. Sorry, I'm sorry. And then I
Wait,
will.
what? And yeah, you have it immediately. Okay, cool. Next up, Farmy, you first will have the absolute chonk climbing up the building come after you. So Farmy, what do you do? You're the only one who can see it, and you know that you're the only one who can see it. Probably. I guess you don't
I
know
have
if like Ramesu can't see it, but you do know that um Maya and Gamila definitely doesn't see what you're seeing. I guess.
I have a few ideas. One of them involves launching Remesu to the thing itself.
Well, Ramesu's already climbing a building, so I'm not sure how you're going to do that.
I
But
think
okay.
what he's trying to say is like he's gonna hold back, and then
Oh,
when
okay.
I leap off the building,
Oh,
he's
he's
gonna
going to
use
use
his
telekinesis.
TK.
Oh, okay. That's actually a great idea. Awesome. Cool.
The other thing is just making it is just throwing sand and trying to keep it held onto the.
Okay.
So
Just want you to know you have a
well,
move called Tune In. I just want you to remind you of that move that exists.
do I need to though? It's pretty evil.
No, it's up to you. I'm just reminding you of your options. What you do is what you do. I'm just making sure you haven't forgotten your options. Like knowing your options and then doing something is different, but just know that there are options for that. But that's up to you. Yeah. So tell me, what do you do? Do you
You know
hold
what?
back?
I'm gonna conjure dust.
You're gonna do
I'm
what
gonna
now?
conjure a dust devil and have centered on the air udo.
look at the telekinesis, I'm not sure that is under what you like your capabilities.
That
Fling something with your mind. Okay, so I guess you're flinging like a bunch of dust and sand. Like there's definitely sand on the street that you can fling if you're flinging sand. Is that what you're doing? Like flinging sand at the creature that you can obviously see?
yeah,
Alright, roll telekinesis. Roll plus weird. See what happens. Go. Be weird.
too weird. Go. Oh my god.
Alright. Choose your
Hold
two
on.
options.
Two options. Two options.
Two options, mark one harm. Let's go.
Keep it basically under your control. Suffer one less harm. Actually, you know what? I'll suffer the one harm.
Okay.
And something catches fire / similar effect.
Well, interesting. So what option do you take?
I took keep it basically control or something catches fire / similar effect.
You're kind of cutting out. Did you say basically under your control and something catches fire / similar effect?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, you are cutting out, so maybe
I
try like disconnecting your
I
connection.
need to tweak the gain maybe.
Are you playing a game?
No, I made it lower because it kept like the headphone parts kept feeding into the microphone
Okay, okay. Alright, cool.
and fiddling with the gain helped with it.
Oh, you reduce the gain. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Just increased it.
Oh, so you just need to oh, okay, I see. Yeah, you raised your minimum gain so it doesn't catch the. Okay, I got it. Okay. Alright, I guess get your mouth closer to the microphone. Okay, okay, enough talk. Okay, you take one damage. Like basically, it's similar to a nosebleed. It just just extending your powers. Um, and something catches fire. Hey, Camilla, remember that thing, that torch you took, and that you were trying to set it on fire?
Yes.
So what basically happens is that like you for me you throw up a lot of sand. Oh, one second, I have a phone
Did I
call.
accidentally throw up flint? Did I accidentally throw up flint?
No.
That would be incredibly convenient if I did accidentally throw up flint or fire striker.
Well, to be fair, I was aiming for a fire, but not in that endeavor.
Okay, so yeah, like sand blows up, and with it also blows up. So you were trying to start a fire on the torch, right, Gamila?
Yeah.
Cool. So not just sand blows up, like the a few of the clothing and stuff from the store that Gamila grabbed the torch from, they also blow up with the sand and accidentally catches fire from Gamila's torch.
I'm not
Oh dear.
paying for that, you stupid.
um here's the terrible part. For me, you'll see that the sand and the thing just go through the cloud, like it goes through smoke.
I was planning on making it so that it's centered on the cloud.
Okay, yeah. So they fly up in a projectile arc, go through the cloud, and then fly back down to the road. The cloud
No,
looks.
I want to make it stay there. I want to make it stay in
Oh
the
yeah.
fire
The
area.
cloud is going to stay there because it's going to turn to see you with its nothingness, like amorphousness.
But the sand is still there, right?
Yeah. It stopped. It was slowly moving towards like the north of the city. It stopped in its way, and now you can see that it has stopped in its path. And now it's basically realized that something can see it. because that is not normal. That something like it knows it's invisible and something just attacked it. Alright. Okay, and
Can
um
I do a middle finger at it? Is that possible?
I don't think middle
sure,
finger
sure.
has
No,
been
no, I mean
invented.
similar gesture, similar gesture. We are
Okay.
doing some gesture that modern viewers understand, and yes, you can do a middle finger. Some anachronisms are allowed just because we have no idea what kind of root gesture was around at the time. It could have been a middle finger. We don't know. It wasn't. Okay, cool. Moving on. We have lastly is sorry, not lastly in this like chain of events. We have Ramesu. Ramesu, you have reached the roof of this one-story building. It's like a marketplace of sort. What do you do?
I see where the sand and
You just
pieces of clothing.
the sand and pieces of clothing were never actually hampered. You see them go up in a projectile parabolic arc and then fall to the ground.
Well, I'm using it as a visual cue to strike that area if I can reach it.
Okay, I think you definitely need to like try to track it, like in order to actually know pinpoint it. Otherwise, you might like overshoot or undershoot, or you can just like yeah. I think like if like it is definitely like a sort of act under pressure physical leap roll, but you're using your weird to guide it. So it is a act under pressure using weird.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm just combining two rolls. There's no reason to do multiple. Oh shit! Yeah, yeah. You track that thing. You track it. you 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 go through something. It suddenly like as you go through it, you realize there is a sudden drop in temperature. Like as you're flying through the air, jackal mode, there is a sudden drop in temperature and like a sudden change in air pressure that you and your superior jackal senses can sense better with your fur and stuff. And then you land on your feet on the ground because it's just a one story jump. It's fine. You just go through it, land on the floor. So you can also have a vague idea of where it is now using your like you can use your like superior senses to kind of smell and like detect the drop in air pressure and temperature. That is where the zone of the thing creature. Okay. um Thingy, person, I'm blanking on your name. Maya, there we go. Maya,
Yep.
give me a use magic roll.
Oh no.
No
Oh
problem,
god.
you have a +1 Bakuzu.
Yeah. Give me the +1. I'm probably
Okay,
gonna need it.
take it.
Oof.
Hey, look. Hey, look, you have a +1. You got it. You got a 9. Awesome. So choose your effect and glitch.
Oh god, okay.
Use magic. It's a gigantic list.
Uh,
I
I
know
mean
it's so.
the effect is that I want to tether
Mm-hmm.
the thing to the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? The glitch is that I take 1 harm.
Absolutely. Oh, okay.
Like whatever. Hurt me. Do it.
So you're basically carving inscriptions quickly with your knife, and you accidentally cut yourself
Yeah.
like multiple times, like nick yourself, and just
Ouch.
you're like ow, 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 just just go, come on. That's your one arm. But yes, the tether starts, and finally there is a visual cue. You see like this soft like string of made of basically like light that goes up from the, what are you tethering it to, like what object?
Oh God.
Like it's something solid because you're like it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Just
You said
something
that
solid
some
I
cloth
grabbed from the library.
cloths blah. You said some fire cloths have like stayed up in the cloud, right? You could bind it to there.
No, no. She actually brought some item from the library, so I'm
Yeah.
actually curious what she brought. That's all.
Ah,
Would it be a scroll holder? The old one?
Ooh, yeah, you can take one of those, like those bronze or copper scroll holders, or like you can take a wooden one if you want.
Yeah.
Nah.
treat your scrolls with respect more than human beings.
That is true. So I'm actually curious, like what is the tether? Like I just want to know. I just have an idea. Like want to have an idea of what it is.
You know, and it's just gonna be a paperweight.
So like no, like what is the paperweight? Like a piece of rock or something?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's just a piece of rock. Okay, awesome. Just a piece of rock. Cool, cool. All right. Yeah. Yep. From the piece of rock, basically like a like a light colored string is basically forms around it. You realize it's a magical string, and it goes up. Like you see it the clearest because you channel the magic. The rest of the four of you can't. Like three of you can see it. The other people probably can't see it like as well. Like they would have to pay attention to actually notice something different. But the four of you can realize that she's doing some magic because you're accustomed to this magic of hers. So yeah, it goes up, and for me, you see the thing clearly is that this string goes up and kind of connects with a part of the cloud, and the cloud now realizes that like the cloud kind of like bends down to look at the thing kind of in its amorphousness, and then it tries to fly away. The string stretches. Maya, you feel a pull. Basically you're fishing a cloud. You're fly fishing. You're cloud fishing.
Wait, are you saying Maya is getting pulled
Maya
up?
is getting pulled by the cloud creature from her
Oh.
fishing rock.
I will, as soon as I see her being drug up, like, I will put my hand on her, the hand that she's holding the rock, so she wouldn't be able to let go of it.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. You start pulling back. The two of you start pulling back. Ramesu and Fermi, what do? You can now definitely track the creature because you can see like the soft, like shimmering string, like making like a loop midair, like about 10 meters above the ground. You can safely tell that the creature is there. And Farmi can see it clearly, but yeah, Ramesu can also track it very well. What do you do?
What's the plan with What's the plan for? Actually, no, I probably won't know if that's the case. I was thinking like, what was the plan for Maya to tether onto it?
You can see us struggling to keep the tether, like we're being pulled like a dog owner.
Hmm?
All
Is
right.
Ramesu still in the air?
Oh no, Ramesu landed on the road.
Well, then Ramesu's gonna help the two of them pull the rope or whatever.
Okay, cool. You grab and start pulling the troop. Maya, you like okay, Farmi, what are you doing? As all three of them are pulling on the rope.
Talk, Ernie. I'm
It's
gonna
basically
pretend
a
to
standstill right now. Like
I'm gonna pretend to pull on it, but I'm gonna secretly use telekinesis.
roll.
Where is? I closed the thing. Damn it. Feel it. Go. It never ends.
It never ends. Give me two options, I guess.
Okay, so suffer one less harm and
Mm-hmm.
should I fling something bigger than person? Should be, yeah.
What do you want to fling?
Fling the thing. Fling the firewood. But it's
Which
but
way?
I the way we're pulling.
Instead of flinging it away, you're flinging it closer to yourself. Yes. Awesome. Yeah, you go, you do the thing, it is flung back towards you, and it basically comes down, and like Ramesh, sorry, Parmi, you're the only one to see it. The cloud is flung towards you and kind of like hits into you. It really doesn't
Ow.
feel like a impact. There's no impact.
Ah,
It's cloud.
That's gonna be feeling very weird. That's gonna
It
be feeling
feels
very
very
weird.
weird. You see this cloud heading towards you, and then it just like as if emanating through you all. It's a cloud creature. But you all feel that like the change in temperature. That like there's something around you now that is like colder than the air around it. Maya, you realize something that like just tethering it isn't enough. You need to also trap it for the moment because otherwise it's out in the street.
Can I loudly swear? Oh
Absolutely.
damn, Eris. Oh damn, Eris is all over us. Oh.
No. People are like so weirded out. They're like, what's all over them? There's like nobody, nothing else is there. What are they doing? What is
Do I
going on?
have do I have like a bag or a pouch with me I could use to trap it, like put the rock in
You,
and trap it inside
you tell
the
me.
bag?
You tell me. Do you have it?
Yeah.
Okay, then you have it. I mean, dude, woman with a plan.
Right.
You, you,
Yeah.
you can just say you came. Okay, technically that would be a preparedness role, but I think in this case you can have it. Like
Yay.
you had the plan to have a bag just in case it was necessary, and yes, you do have a bag. You can,
Cool.
yeah,
I'm gonna stuff the rock into the bag
stuff the rock in
and
the
trap
bag,
it.
and that is not enough. You need to also put the cloud creature inside. So, what do you do?
Oh my god.
Yes. See, just putting the rock inside just like means that the string is coming out of the bag. It's still like the creature is still outside and it can still cause mayhem. Okay. Um one of
Farmy,
you,
can you
one of you, who's the most likely target? Who is the biggest threat here? Oh,
Probably me.
it's probably Ramesu because Ramesu is not human. Ramesu, you start like slowly gasping for air. Air is quickly exiting your nostrils. You're feeling a shortness of breath.
Far-
I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight back. I
Awesome.
want to take the largest breath
Yes.
of air that I can,
Yes.
taking in this fucking ghost into me.
oh my
What?
god.
What? I, um, that's a tough roll if I've ever seen one. Oh, what? What? Kick some breathing ass. Breathe some ass. Oh no, don't say that. Don't complete the word.
Nope, nope. Nope,
Don't
we're doing it.
complete the word. It's an 8. Oh god.
Eat, consume this
Don't
demon's
say it.
ass.
Don't say it. God damn it. I just told you not to say
Evelyn
it.
is not here. We can be as lewd as we want to
Oh,
be.
man.
And then this is definitely my last move. I'll have to head out after
Oh,
this.
okay, okay. I think
Oh,
we're also done. Like Maya. You realize that like okay, Farmi, you see that he starts to like basically like start losing breath because this thing is like around Ramesu's face, but then Ramesu starts breathing in the creature. And like basically what I'm saying, we can quickly wrap up the mystery if you like. How much time do you have left, Oscar?
I should have left like a minute ago.
Oh shit,
Two.
like how much time can you afford?
I can afford like 4 more minutes.
Okay, cool. That's enough. That's fine. Okay. So if you Farmi, so in order to quickly wrap up, Farmi, if you tell Maya this, and Maya, if you successfully roll like use magic to basically like channel the thing and tell Ramesu to exhale in the bag, that would put the creature in the bag. So Farmi,
Okay.
I'm guessing you do it. Just to
Maya.
Yeah,
He,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
he's in the. He's in it's in Ramesu's lungs right now.
What the fuck? Okay. Let's try to pull this back, guys. Let's hope I don't fail.
So just tell
There it is.
Ramesu to Ramesu, you are technically helping.
Okay, I will help. Is that a cool roll?
It's a cool role. Are you cool?
Yes, let's see if I'm
Please be
cool.
cool.
Ye-
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm so cool.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
you know
Do we
what?
have
I'm
some more
gonna
time,
spend
Oscar?
luck.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Awesome. That's great. You huff and puff and you blow the
A
edimu
second.
down into the bag. All of it. Just all of it into the bag. And the moment it enters, Maya, you close the bag, and you can see it like fighting inside the bag. It is like, again, it's a cloud, so the bag is still
It's
small.
like a cat in a bag.
It's yes, it's like a cat in a bag. There's like a amorphous shape in the bag, like really struggling to get out. But there's like no sound. It makes no sound, so it's like.
Sounds like the wind.
Yeah, it sounds like the wind. It's like.
The worst nightmare for all Skyrim cards.
And yeah, that's the mystery. Oh, okay. You managed to catch it, so basically, you just ignored like as a montage. Like we're gonna quickly wrap this up. So as a montage, all of you like head back to like your like a haven. So properly like put this in a proper container or whatever. I guess. The
Yeah.
people are weirded out, but eventually like Farmi goes over and tells Euclid and Alpheus that they have managed to capture and there won't be any further deaths. They both like one of them, I guess Alpheus will go with you to see the bag that has nothing in it is still shaking and is like, I believe you. And he like gives you like a small sack of drachmas, saying, look, it's not much, but me and the other Phylakitais managed to scrounge up a little bit, and you guys deserve it. Thanks. Thanks. We couldn't have solved this without any of your help.
I just nod.
And that is the mystery. Nobody, Maya actually didn't get a fail. Ramesu actually didn't get a fail, so you don't get XP for those anyway. That's sad.
Of course.
But Ramesu did activate luck, which means a special move. So we're gonna do cool stuff for that next session. Let's do end of session right now. All right, end of session. Did we conclude the current mystery? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Did we save someone from certain death?
Well, we saved most of the rest of the populace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess you can consider it. Yeah, it's considerable. Did you learn something new and
Mhm.
important about the world?
No.
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 Really? Really? I mean, Maya was very angry at Ramesu, like breaking something before analyzing it.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's nothing
okay.
new about the world.
Okay, fine.
Mm,
That's fair.
it's
I guess you can say that the like there are different elemental udugs, and that's definitely a new and important part. But yeah, like it can be either way. It's up to you. Did you learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
That Maya is savage as fuck,
Yeah.
That's true. All right. Oh,
and
okay.
I'm taking math lessons.
Yeah, I think we'll give you 2 XP each because it just makes sense, and you guys didn't like a lot
I
of these
level up.
fails were like negated because like help and stuff. So yeah, 2 XP, a lot of level ups.
Yay.
Everyone levels up,
Yay.
right?
I
Yes.
do.
Yes, everyone levels up.
Mm,
Awesome. All right.
yeah.
Cool, 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 cool. Okay,
Oh,
so yeah,
everyone's on the same. Oh no, never mind.
no,
Maya's just like
no.
on a whole
Yeah,
one
I
level
went through
powers.
you guys,
All right.
okay?
So I know Osk has to leave, so
Thank you very much, guys.
yeah, I know you have to leave.
I
So if you have an idea for a level up, you can just inform me on the Discord, or we can talk about it next session at the start because
I took +1 cool.
Oh, okay, that's fair. You already know what to do. I did not expect that. All right, okay. Thank you. We will just talk about like what the others are taking. So thank you for the. Sorry you had like I'm sorry. I guess I should have like not been so long, but thank you for joining.
Thank you very much. Have a good night, everybody.
You too.
Yes. Stay safe. Wash your hands. All right. Okay. Gamila and Flux, both of you have reached your level 4. If you have any ideas, go for it. Maya, you have reached level 5. Yes, and one more.
Yes.
Yes. So if you have any options to choose from the level up, go for it.
I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to think about it.
Okay, but Ramesu got +1 cool, so Ramesu has now 0 cool.
Yay!
He is average cool. Oh, awesome. All right. For me and Gamila, do you have any idea for what thing to take?
what is cool again in sharp? I kind of confused
Sharp
between the
is
two.
being smart. It is used for reading a bad situation and investigating a mystery. Cool is for doing
Mm.
cool stuff like helping out other people and doing awesome stuff like acting under pressure.
Ah,
Oh my god! I just read The Chosen. And he's just basically the main protagonist of the whole show.
Yeah, that, yep. I kind of that's why I don't actually like that playbook as much because it feels like everyone should have equal um protagonistness, and the existence of a chosen kind of denies equality between protagonism. So that's all.
Yeah,
I think that really depends on how you play it.
Yes,
yeah,
but
but
like
no,
yeah, yeah,
but seriously
yeah.
though, The
You
Chosen
can
just screams.
definitely play like chosen as a the chosen can be played like a Destiny's like thing. So yeah, that's also like kind of cool about the whole
Yeah, but I
thing.
think it's The Chosen just screams out protagonist powers.
Yes, that is true. The chosen does bring out protagonist powers.
I feel it feels like extremely cheaty just to pick one of these.
You know what is really extremely cheapy? Do you know
What?
what it is? Okay. I know why you're interested by the chosen because the chosen cannot die. Un-
Yeah.
they literally cannot die until your destiny happens. So if you die, you immediately use a luck point to revive. Uh, but if you run out of luck, then yeah, all bets are off. You can die.
Am I allowed to take moves from The Chosen? I feel like I should not.
Uh you can. I imagine you can take the non-special moves. So like the Parma
Yeah,
chosen
but
moves.
the non-special moves are still like really
Okay, so
really
yeah,
really
getting a move from a different like playbook has to like make sense with your character. Like if it makes sense, there is absolutely no reason you can't have it.
Actually, yeah,
Like
devastating does is in tune with the dark traits I have.
which one?
Well, not now. Hold on.
Oh,
I have to.
devastating. When you inflict harm, you inflict +1 harm. Yeah, that makes sense. Like yeah, yeah. If you
Yeah, but
choose,
that's still. It's like, oh, that's so overpowered.
It's just +1 harm. It's not overpowered
On
at all.
creatures that have so far just only be +1 on our maximum
Look, look,
damage
look, look, look,
output.
Yeah,
look,
but
look, look,
how often have we actually
look, look,
fought
look, look, look.
one of
Here's
those
the thing.
things?
If you take something, I will simply throw creatures at you with 1 extra HP. Like, that's literally it.
So basically, relatively everyone else becomes harder.
Yeah, relatively everyone gets weaker. But that's what +1 harm means. You get stronger. That's what it means. Like, again, like, some mysteries are not about fighting. For example, this one.
I mean, we haven't.
Like,
I mean,
here's the
besides
thing.
besides the Minotaur, we
Like,
haven't really fought the enemy.
you fought the zombies.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And the
Um,
zombies died in hit, and so
yeah, but the zombies came back to life. So they had a thing. They had a trickery. They slowly regen harm unless you actually, like, banish them. This creature is incorporeal. You literally, there is no way to damage it physically. So, like, I know Ramesu flew through that, or like Farmi flung like sand at it. Those two did nothing.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, because my original plan was basically throwing flour at it, and if it sticks, I will basically light it on fire because flour is flammable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
no, I will absolutely stop you from doing that if you actually did that. I actually
absolutely.
knew what
Like,
you're
but
doing.
like, I'm just glad you guys didn't set like fire to a shop. You set fire to the stolen, like, clothing, but not to the shop. But
Have
the
you
best,
do you actually know how powerful a flower bag explosion is?
no,
Really powerful.
I'm terrified of the implications. But anyway, the one important thing is that a lot of people saw you doing weird stuff in the middle of the city with a jackal person.
The jackal person has like the jackal person has like ousted himself as someone weird, and we're associated with. I'm pretty sure they can put two and two together
Mm-hmm.
already.
Yep. I mean, just basically
I
like your legend, your infamy, or your fame is spreading. That's all I'm saying.
I have a question.
Mhm.
If I'm trying to scare someone, which one I would roll, charm or sharp?
Depends.
Like I'm trying to deliberately scare someone in game.
Like, if you're trying to talk someone into scare, it's probably charm or I imagine both. Okay, if you're trying to scare someone into doing particular thing, that's probably a
Yes.
persuade, so it would be a charm.
Okay, then I will up my charm.
Sure. Absolutely, you get a +1 charm, max 3. What's your charm now? 3.
Yes.
Nice. You have
Oh, the
maximized
Flick
your
has a lot of passive moves. Really good passive moves.
charms. Yep.
The Flick has an auto. No, you can't lie to me.
Yeah, the flake has an like auto non-lie. What's it called again? Suspicious mind. Yeah.
Suspicious mind. Yeah.
Well, no, it's not that you can't, like, nobody can lie to you. If someone lies to you, you know it. So people can still lie to you. You just know that they're lying to you. So again, like, getting like these sort of stat upgrades, that's like normal, that's fine. You don't have to justify that. But getting stuff like getting a new move, or changing some of your, like, adding another option to your haven, like, these kind of stuff you need to kind of like justify, because, like, Maya basically got another form of library in a library. She doesn't need to justify at all.
Library within a library.
And like, mundane, Gamila took the berserk from wronged, because she will not stop until, like, what was it, she can always keep going, which makes sense because she has a weird move called
No.
no limits. So it just makes sense. So, like, based on her
Mm,
current, like, character, it works. So basically I have to make something that works. That's
yeah. I'm really excited to use that move.
I know you are. So Maya and Farmi, do you have like any choices for what to get?
Okay,
Oh,
so
not
I have
yet.
there's a few that shocked me.
Okay.
One is Mystic. Every time I successfully use magic, I take +1 forward.
You don't have use magic.
Wait, I can use telekinesis, so
Okay, so I think you can get that, but not immediately. So you'll have to like practice be- before the next mystery. But yes, you can take it. Just like by the next mystery, you'll have it, which will be a few days later, and we will justify it saying that you practiced with your telekinesis, and that what you
Yeah,
do. So yeah, like a lot of
interesting.
things you can just like explain in story by getting by the next mystery.
yeah, like Gamila taking a class in math class.
Yeah, like that's just narrative. You're just trying to better and have like better suitors or something, I'm guessing.
Now I
Heck,
have plans for that.
Well, also
Oh shit, I forgot again.
what?
I, I forgot to ask Maya for a lesson for contracts in
Well,
game.
well, you can do it between sessions. Like, sorry, between mysteries. Before the next mystery, you can do that. Also,
Oh yeah, so,
I found this really cool picture for Samira. It's so cool. God damn it, it's so cool. Also, I realize I'm still recording. I should probably stop. So thank you. That was Mysteries of the
oh wait,
Sandman.
seriously?
Kind of a lackluster ending because I didn't. I was hoping to end this session, like definitely end the mystery this session, wrap this up because like that luck move that Maya spent, that was it. I was going to give you everything, but I just needed the narrative presence, so you had to be at your library in the night, and that's when you would realize. And it was like it also had a cool scene with Callius. Callius just talks to you, and you're like, "I'm so angry, I don't know what's going on." Then you just start piecing things together and completely ignore him talking to you. It's like, and he's all like, "Okay, you're in the zone now. I will leave you to it." And he just gives you a light hug that you don't even realize, and he just heads out. So yeah, so you were going to find out it was an edemo, and you have caught an edemo. It is literally a pet cloud. Um, I'll tell you more about this creature like by next session on like how you can like keep it and learn from it and whatever you want to do. If you want to keep it as a pet, you can totally keep it as a pet. I'm not gonna stop you because it's thingy.
Yeah, it's
If
mine now.
if you want to train a cloud creature into like doing stuffs for you, I
Yes.
mean, I'm not gonna stop you if you
Yes.
want a cloud doggo,
Yes.
cloud
Yes,
doggo.
I do.
I mean, would the answer ever be no?
No.
No. All right. So yeah, you have a cloud doggo basically. We will talk about it. A cloud doggo that casually murdered 14 people.
Pff, nobody's perfect.
Yes. I mean, if you pet a wolf, it's probably have killed some people. Maybe I don't know. Okay.
You know what? I'll take Mystic because it sounds way better than it feels way more in tune with me than rather than
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I like it. It's from the initiate, right? Yes.
plus any even
Yeah.
if I have kind of powers on
Yeah.
my hand.
Yeah. Every time you successfully use telekinesis, take +1 forward. There we go. Yeah. Cool. Absolutely, and it makes sense. Like every time you're using telekinesis, you're actually using your God-given powers, and so it makes sense. Your next action would be decently good. So yeah, I will type it down. You take Mystic from. This is not a spooky move. This is a move from another playbook. Boop. That's I'm going to be. This is Mystique from Initiate. Cool. Oh, that. Um, what? No. What? No, what module? Suddenly, do this. Did I actually stop recording? I didn't. God damn it! I we will meet you again next session in Mysteries of the Sand. I will physically hit the thing before I forget.